What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day, another episode of the Daily Grind. I'm your host, 30NSG, and on today's show, we got lots of different stories we're going to talk about. We're going to try, there's smaller stories, so we got a couple more than we're going to go through than normal. Okay, we got one for Monster Hunter Wilds is the fastest selling Capcom game ever. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about PlayStation register for a new beta program at PlayStation starts today, which was yesterday. We're going to talk about will another Avengers game be assembled? We would definitely be open to it, says Joe Russo, co-director of Avengers Doomsday. Okay. We're also going to talk about the market at large is enough to accommodate both games if NetEase is confident it can make space for Marvel Rivals and Overwatch 2. We have a video we're going to watch about Mr. Matty Plays talks about, so this is a little mixed for Xbox. We're going to watch that video. And then if we have time, we have a couple of other stories that we'll do near the end of the show. If you guys like what we do here, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do live streams, uploads, podcasts, gameplay. We have multiple channels here. We have our gameplay channel is 30 and Still Gaming, which you can find down below. You can also go to Nerding with 30, which is our entertainment channel, which we talk about entertainment news. If you're watching here live, if you're on X or Twitter, this is 30NSG. It's a live show that we do every single Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. This is a 2.5 to 3 hour show, and then we break these videos out into separate videos or put them on our other channels as well. What's going on, chat? What's going on, Travis? Flips, Sarge, Dog, Z, Akuta Papa, Water Bear, Stealth. Good morning. What am I missing? Who am I missing? Anybody? Stealth, good morning. I think that's it. Anyone else is here? Come in. I'll say hi to you as you come in. So let's start off with Monster Hunter, man. Monster Hunter right now. Let me bring up the Steam chart of what it is. We got Monster Hunter is killing it right now. Not Monster Hunter Worlds, Wilds, please. Wilds. DB Steam charts. They're still at the max of 1.384 million people that have played it in the last 4 days, or topped 4 days ago. Right now, there's over 1 million people playing it right now. There's still a 50% on Steam right now, 54.62% of people that are still mad because of optimization, of the game is just too easy and whatnot. But take all that out the door, because it doesn't really matter. If it's got a 54%, it doesn't matter if it's got a 90%. It doesn't matter how many people hate the game. It's sold millions and millions of copies. So let's start off with the first story here, because business doesn't care if a game is broke, buggy, unfinished, or it's the best game ever made to mankind. It just knows about money. And Monster Hunter Wilds is the fastest selling Capcom game ever. The game has sold over a quarter of Monster Hunter World's lifetime sales in 3 days. A quarter, just to let you guys know, I believe Monster Hunter World sold like 25 million, if I'm not mistaken. And this one sold way more than that. So Capcom has announced that Monster Hunter Wilds is the fastest selling Capcom game ever. The game is which were released on PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series S and X on Friday, has sold 8 million units in 3 days. We're getting into my brain's lost there. We're getting into the stratosphere of Cyberpunk 2077. Now, Cyberpunk 2077 set records because it sold 8 million copies pre-order, okay, and then sold another additional 5 over the next 3 days. This sold $8 million or 8 million copies in 3 days. I don't know what their pre-order sales were, but they sold 8 million units in 3 days, which Capcom says eclipses any previous release from the company. The previous entry in the series, Monster Hunter Worlds, is currently the best-selling Capcom title ever. As of January, the game has sold 28.1 million copies, meaning that during the open weekend, Monster Hunter Wilds has managed to clear more than a quarter of what Monster Hunter World's lifetime sales is. Now, in a statement confirming the news, Capcom said the following game is announcement. Capcom promoted the appeal of Monster Hunter Wilds to a broader audience worldwide, exhibiting the title at a global video game event and also holding out online open beta tests to give many players a chance to try it, while also providing updates of the game information via online events such as Monster Hunter Wilds Showcase. Now, we talked about this before the game came out. Obviously, I played it back, I think it was November when we tried the open beta. I thought it was great. I just said I'm not going to get it right now because, one, I have too many games I'm playing. I'm too many plates, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hold off. The game is still going to be good when I get it down there. It'll actually probably be better optimized for people if you wait down the road. But this is a smash hit, regardless if you are having problems or not with the game. Again, business only knows about money, and money is doing this right now, 8 million. So if the game is broke, buggy, unfinished, having optimization problems or whatnot, money talks, bullshit walks, and 8 million copies sold, they could take their sweet time now. They've made all their money back, and even if the graph kind of flattens out a bit for a bit, as soon as they fix it, it'll go back up because they're actually fixing it. So as a result of the continuous global, Monster Hunter Wilds has invoked massive excitement, achieved sales of 8 million units in 3 days, the fastest of any game done in the Capcom's history. Capcom remains firmly committed to satisfying the expectations to all users and leveraging the industry's leading game development capabilities in order to create highly entertaining gameplay experiences. Now, the new game, Monster Hunter Wilds, has been well received by players and critics, earning a score of 90 on consoles, 88 on PC. The review aggregation with Metacritic, VGC's 5-star Monster Hunter Wilds reviews called it a victory lap for Capcom's golden age. Now, there's a group of people that are talking about how this is the easiest Monster Hunter there is. Other people are saying that it's not easy. It's just that you got better at the game over the years and you know what it is. And other people are saying it's easier because they wanted a broader audience, which I would compare to, settle down, Travis, I know you're in chat, that Elden Ring did for what the Dark Souls series is, right? So they made those games really hard. Elden Ring, still hard, but yet it's more of a broader audience that they brought in, and that's why Elden Ring sold more than any other past games as well. So here we are with now Monster Hunter Worlds sold really well, okay? Sold really well, but now they brought Monster Hunter Wilds out, and that's a more broader audience, and as you can tell, it's much bigger, and they're selling way, way more than anything they've ever sold before. It says one of the key developers responsible for Monster Hunter series beginning promoted to overseas all companies' development divisions beginning in April. So there you go. So Monster Hunter, there was a report, I think back in October, if I'm not mistaken, that Capcom basically, they're a very successful company right now, where they sold more copies of games, okay, on PC than Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox combined. Okay, they've sold more games, okay, than all those combined. And I believe that was the article. I have to look it up real fast. I'm pretty sure Capcom sold more than anything. Let me see if I can find that article real fast. Capcom sells more than all consoles. I believe it was in October. Yeah, right here. VGC Charts has it. Game Rant. Yeah, so this is back in October. This one is back in December. But Capcom sold more PC games than all console games combined in the first half of the fiscal 25-year sales. Okay, Capcom has the latest earnings report. This was back in December. Okay, period ending in September 30th. Revealed that it sold more games on PC than all consoles combined, right? So they're selling more games on PC than all their games on all three consoles. Okay, so obviously there's a much bigger pool of gamers, as you can tell with the charts for Monster Hunter on Steam. 1.3 million people concurrent. Concurrent doesn't mean that's all the sales they have, right? So they're selling way more on PC than they are selling on console. So look, this is great news for gamers, right? Games are fun. This game is good, but there's also lots of problems with it. And because it sold well, they can take their sweet time fixing it because they already made their money, right? Cyberpunk did this. Lots of other games did this in the past where they were just like, we made all our money. Let's take our time. And everything else is a cherry on top. Now, if you're enjoying the game, that's not taking your enjoyment away. It's just stating a fact that the game's poor optimization on certain graphics cards, certain computers, or whatnot. But Monster Hunter, no matter what you say, no matter what you feel about the game, is very successful and is the #1 selling Capcom game of all time. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think in the live channel, in the live chat. What do you think about Monster Hunter Wilds? Is it are you liking it? Are you loving it? Are you like, you know what? It wasn't for me. It's broke. I can't play it. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the live chat. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, let me see what you guys are saying here. Clip says, I've been playing Monster Hunters for a while since PSP. It's easier. World was also harder than this game. Yeah, Worlds was difficult, but I'm coming from it from a fresh standpoint. I never played any Monster Hunter game before Worlds, so when I played Worlds, it was difficult for me in the beginning. Stealth says I would say that the start is easier, but the difficulty ramps up slowly and is very satisfying. Ray says the people who say that's easy have 10 to 20 years of experience of Monster Hunter. See, that's the conversation, Ray. A lot of people are saying that it's much easier than the last one, and it's because they're used to the Monster Hunter. Other people are saying that brand new people coming into the game, it's just easier. There's no type of pushback to them. I don't know. I haven't played the game since launch. I played the beta, and if I'm not mistaken, I did say that it is pretty easy when I played in the beta, but I thought it's a beta. So, Pepsi says, I blame the performance on Travis liking the game. Games Travis touches turns to shit. But it sold a lot. Krebsy. Travis says, I mean, it's easier, but you know what that is? That's fine. You know, master rank will kill people. Water Bear says, it's my take on it. As a newbie to Monster Hunter genre, I love it. It's easy. It's easy? Question mark. Hard for me to say. This is my first one. Yeah, see, and again, when I played the beta, I said it's pretty easy because we were killing the monsters left and right, and I didn't feel like I was dying in any way, shape, or form. I think I died once, but that was my mistake because I did something stupid, right? But when we played it, I remember saying, I was like, this seems a bit easy. But is that because I already know what Monster Hunter is because I played other games like it? So is it easier for me because I know what I'm doing, or is it easier, right? Elden Ring is easier than the Dark Souls games in the past by FromSoft, right? We know this, but at the same time, it's hard, but it's easier for the people that like to beat their head against the wall with like the Dark Souls types of games. Race is the same with Pokemon. Newer games are easier while they have 27 years of experience in Poke's battle. Yeah, but Ray, for someone that's older that's played those games, it's easier. Even people that are playing the game now say it's easier, and it's their first time in it. The clip says, but they won't until the DLC. That's just how they do it now. So why should I play it now? I'll just wait for the DLC. That's the way I feel. The longer I wait, the better the game will be down the road. There is also pushback on why is it so convoluted to play with friends in the hunts and stuff like that. They make it so convoluted. There's a lot of people talking about that as well. Water Bear says, it's not perfect by far, but man, it's really fun. My suggestion, because of Dragon's Dogma 2, went through the same thing. Wait until it patches out the issues. Good morning, Wonder Rose. Altern says, yeah, the gamer we are fucked. Successful people playing it. There is zero need to fix the optimization of the game. This will be a cyberpunk thing over again, taking 2 years to fix. I don't know if it'll take 2 years to fix, but the fact that if it is broke, that they made a shit ton of money and they could take their sweet time fixing it. Which at that point, they could have just waited to put the game out until it was fixed before they launched it. You know what I mean? Capcom definitely showing why people need to pivot and release on PC. 100%. 100%. What's going on, Hood? I love Monster Hunter, but I play on PlayStation 5 Pro, and I'm a fan from PlayStation 2. Would you think it's easier? Do you think it's easier, Hood? 487? Do you think it's easier, or is it the same? And you're just, because you've played the other Monster Hunters, it's easier because you already know what you're doing. Estelle says, I can tell you that this is my PlayStation 5 Pro runs this game like butter. Yeah, and the problem is the people on PC are the ones that are really saying it's the optimization problem. Which, regardless if it's, look, if my neighbor's house is burning, I should be worried. You know what I'm saying, Stealth? If my neighbor's house is burning, the fire could affect me, right? Obviously, I'm not affected, so I'm like, I'm fine, right? So the people on console are like, yeah, I'm having a good time. But that doesn't negate that there is a problem with the optimization. And the problem is the company still released the game on PC, and the optimization is absolute trash for 50% of the population on PC. Waterbear says, I say this, the newbies are enjoying it, and it also makes the vets question if it's easy or not. And then there's also job developers, because we know the newer monsters will be harder. You would hope. You would hope. There's that balance, though, right, between video games of you want to make it hard, but you want to make it where people can come in and not feel like they're bashing their head against the wall, where they also like to play the game, right? Not to say people don't like to push to get, push yourself to try to become better, right? That's the Dark Souls FromSoft mentality. But at the same time, it's also a business, and you want to sell it to as many people as possible. So you're trying to make it hard, but you're not trying to make it too easy, right? Because if it's too hard, people will walk away. And if it's too easy, people will walk away because they get bored. Stealth says, as you progress, the monsters get harder, and they introduce new mechanics. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Travis says, Mike, Elden Ring, as much as I don't like it, brought a lot of fans. Sorry, but one thing Elden did was showing it if they don't make it super sweaty, you get more people. Right. And that's the thing, though. They don't want to make it too difficult because they want to have a more broader audience to come to the market. Because people are like, I heard that game was hard. They're like, no, come on over, right? Try it out. World says Pokemon games were way tougher than the first new gens. Bell says, yes, playing with friends is the most annoying thing I've ever seen. I haven't been able to do it. I hear horror stories right now. Like, me and Sarge are just trying to play 40K Rogue Traders, whatever. To get into that game, you're like, why is it so difficult to get in? Like, this is 2025. I should be able to pick your name, jump in the game with you. Done. Eclipse says, didn't Capcom say last year that they made more money on PC than anything? So just saying it's coming. All right, I just said that. I just brought up an article from December from their calls. They made more sales on PC than all other combined. They sold more games on PC than Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox combined. Again, Eclipse, people argue with me that PC is not selling better than console, and console is still selling just fine. Yet, more third-party companies are making their games on all platforms instead of exclusive platforms. He says, Sun has played Worlds in other states and removed annoying things from Rise. Easy yes, but made to have the end game at Beast. Hood says, it's hard to say. It's easy for me because I know what I'm doing. World have been definitely harder, my opinion. Oh, of course. Yeah, people are saying, though, and that's the conversation. A lot of people are saying that it's easier. But a lot of people are saying maybe it's not easier. Maybe it's because you know how to play Monster Hunter games. It's easier for you. But then there's new people coming in saying, well, this is not hard at all. Z says the people that need an easier game will only play about 20 to 30% of the game anyway. Altern says, yeah, it's you go out of my way to buy a $700 console to play an unoptimized $70 game for 2K PC, not to have the devs optimize it. Yeah, make a game, sell a game. Regardless if people are having fun, make a game, sell a game, and they didn't make the game complete or optimized on PC, so that's very frustrating for people. Papa says, from what I've seen, the game is easier, mostly in the same way Elden Ring is easier. They made the combat more fluid. All the bosses in Elden Ring are harder than DS or Dark Souls 3, especially out of the gate. But the timings for the parries and many other combats-related items are smooth AF. Come on, Jason. One thing I love about Capcom PC titles is the modding community. I wish they could play Resident Evil randomizer mods. Here's the one thing that Capcom, they have games that also fail, right? Like, they didn't do very good with the, what was that, Exo Primal? Exo Primal came out, like a speed bump. People were like, oh, this is good. And then it was over. Like, Exo Primal went bye-bye, right? So, still made a good impression for some people, but Exo Primal was a bad thing from Capcom. Travis says, 30 plus side. You know what game will be too hard for Akuda is that, right, Expedition 33, because turn-based makes him angry at the lack of skill. Look, this is why there's games meant for people, Travis, and other games that are not meant for people. Some people like sports games, some people like RPGs, some people like real-time strategy, some people like action-adventure, so not all games are meant for everybody. Like, Elden Ring is not meant for you, right? All right. Let's go from that to, speaking of PlayStation and PC stuff, here's a next story. If you guys like what I do here, we just have conversation, go over news stories. hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. I give you my thoughts and opinions on the article, and then I ask what your thoughts and opinions are with your experience as well, playing the games or doing the stuff that we go over. So registration for a new beta program at PlayStation starts today, which was yesterday, I believe. So the beta program at PlayStation. Go on, Hilly. Okay. Be a part of the delivering a very fast experience with PlayStation through the beta program at PlayStation. Okay. Over the years, many of you have participated in various beta programs across Sony Interactive, which also helped us deliver the best possible gaming experiences to gamers around the world. And they're truly grateful for your participation. This is why we're pleased to introduce the beta program for PlayStation. The initiative is also easier for more consolidated ways for gamers to sign up, participate in future PlayStation betas across a wide range of PlayStation experiences. Okay. The beta program at PlayStation will create an easy, centralized place for you to register for interest in the range of future PlayStation betas. A single registration for beta program at PlayStation will allow you to experience or express interest in the gaming beta access testing participating games of PlayStation 5 consoles and PC. Now, I want to pause right there for a second, right? For PlayStation 5 console and PC, why would they have a beta program for PCs if PlayStation wasn't putting more of their games on PC? Okay, I know people are going to look at this and go, well, obviously, they already put their games on PC. And I'm going to tell you, obviously, they're doing this because they have more reasons to put their games on PCs faster, right? Just like Ubisoft putting their stuff day and date, right, on PC. Just like Capcom putting their games on PC. Just like all these other companies that are putting their games on PC faster, if not at launch date. PlayStation will do this, okay? And you PlayStation fans it'll blow your mind when the actual first-party title games come day and date on PC. So we'll continue. It says new PlayStation 5 console features, PlayStation app features, and also even more experience features of PlayStation.com. You'll only need to sign up once to express interest in the various betas. And if you receive invitation to specific betas, it's up to you to decide whether or not you like to participate or not. Okay, here are the requirements. Players must also have a valid account on PlayStation Network. Here's just another way. Like, hey, people didn't want to sign up when we had Helldivers on the PC. People didn't want to sign up when we had God of War on the PC. But you know what? Let's have people sign up for our beta program on PC. That'll get them in, right? Try the game out before it comes, right? Smart, right? Is good standing and concurrent email address. Okay, good standing. I don't know, Travis, if you could. I don't think you're in good standing. I don't know if you can sign up. Okay, accounts with restrictions and violations may not be eligible to participate. Players must live in the region where the beta program and PlayStation is available, and players must meet the legal age requirements for the region. It is free to join. Registration will begin to open a global starting today at PlayStation.com/beta program at PlayStation. Please check back later, and the page is not available in your region. Additionally, we like to try to include as many players as possible for the beta program. Sometimes we get more interest that we can accommodate. By joining this program, it's enabled you to consider the beta participation, but doesn't guarantee selection for the beta test. Just something to remember. Again, big thanks to those who participate in the beta across Sony Interactive for the years. So this is a 1-2 punch. A 1-2 punch by PlayStation, in my opinion. Okay, one, more games are coming to PC. Closer and closer, day and date. Okay, I've been saying that for years. I will be right. Okay. Two, people were getting pushed back because of Helldivers and all the other single-player games they came out with 2 years after the fact, 3 years after the fact to put it on PC, and people didn't want to sign up for a PlayStation network. Okay, they didn't want to sign up for a PlayStation account. Now, people that are on PC, this is a thing. They'll be look at it and go, oh, cool. I get to try PlayStation games before they come to PC and try different things. And you have to sign up. So this is another nice backdoor entrance for PlayStation to get people that didn't want to sign up for those games, but now they can sign up before the games even come out, right? And I think this is a smart business move by PlayStation. Look, okay, I don't have a side. Okay, I'm just a gamer. Okay, I see what the industry and the market's doing. And the market is going to PC, right? 2.8 billion people play PC games, right? 18 times, 17 times more people, okay, play on PC games than they do on console. Okay, so all you console warriors out there that say, our consoles are selling well, okay, we listened to an interview, and they said console sales peaked in 2008. Peaked. Market maturity in 2008, right? They're going up like my YouTube channel, barely. Okay. It's like, oh, yeah, we're getting more subscribers, but it's barely moving. Okay. That's what the market's doing for the consoles. Okay. Meanwhile, PC is like a rocket to the moon. Okay. So this is a smart choice for PlayStation. Um, this means the more people that come in interested in the PlayStation or PC gaming beta program, they'll look at it and see what the interest is, and then that's going to shorten the gap smaller and smaller and smaller until it becomes day and date. Now, maybe it won't be this year. Maybe it won't be next year. But there will be a time when PlayStation becomes day and date where people are saying it'll never happen. Okay? They'll never come to PC. That happened. They'll never go day and date. That happened with the live service games. Right? So this is just yet one next step to that part of where PlayStation is going to go day and date. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Let me know in the live chat. What do you think about this beta program for PlayStation, for PC, and also PlayStation 5? And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Roll back up here. Come on, Hilly. Please tell me you're excited for Expedition 33. Oh, crap. He's excited, then he's not going to get... All right. So Eclipse says, what are you talking about, Travis? I love your testing my brain for your brain needs to work every once in a while. Stealth says, I signed up, and we'll see if we get picked. You get picked for everything, Stealth. You'll be in there. It's like the Xbox Insider program. I think so. Yeah, I would think it's like that. I think it's another way, though, Water, for them to get people to sign up that didn't want to sign up because of the game. Now it's their choice to be like, oh, you want to be a part of the beta program? I'll sign up for that. You want me to sign up because you're making me sign up because of me playing a single-player game of Spider-Man or God of War, or I'm playing Helldivers? They're like, no, I don't want to do that. But if it's your choice because of beta program, people will sign up for that. Krebsy says, because their live service games launch on PC, also their PC ports haven't been the best recently. Whatever excuse you want to make, Krebsy, they're doing this because they're going to go day and date. That's my opinion. Jason says, puzzle games can be also fun. Also a point of click games from back in the day. Waterbear says, Lost Souls Aside is a PlayStation exclusive, releasing day one PC, May 30th. Papa says the program lets you select both PC and PlayStation 5 platforms, so that shows the direction Sony's going. Right. Hey, that's what I'm saying, Akuta Papa. Let's see. Eclipse says, what was the 44 million concurrent players on Steam this weekend? 44 million. Oh, the most that Steam has ever had. Yeah, 44 million people concurrent. Yeah, they broke their record. What's going on, Kraken? Lots of people simply buying games because of the hype. This is a good move if they want to sell more games. Right, which they all do, right, Kraken? Every company wants to sell more games, right? I want to see more viewers. I want to see more like buttons. They want to see more video game sales, right? Like, everybody wants more of something. Come on, Ron. Robert Jones says, I wonder how they track the number of PC users. I think the problem is they can't track them unless they sign up. But they can track how many sales they have, and they can look at the sales and go, okay, we sold 5 million, let's say, 5 million of God of War, but 3 million people signed up for PlayStation Network, right? So there's 2 million out there that are not. So they know when they go live, or when they that they bought the game, but they don't know when they're playing the game, right? They just know they bought it. Robert Jones says, betas are cool, but stuff may break, and it can also be annoying. No thanks. I think you just summed up what the actual regular industry is, regardless if it's beta, alpha, early access, gold. That sentence, what you just said right there, Jones, is betas are cool, right? Let's just take beta out and say, games are cool, but stuff may break, and it may also be annoying. No thanks, right? Z says, Sony has nothing to lose day and date on PC. The PlayStation players will not riot and boycott the PlayStation 5 version. Altered says, oh, so now we need a beta testers. Interesting. Means games will either take 6 months or day one. Right? I can see it already, Altern. I can see it already, right? Let's just say, let's bookmark this. Let's bookmark this, right? All of a sudden, people get to test the Wolverine game on PC early in the beta program, okay? And then when they announce the game, it comes out day and date. And people will be like, well, they tested it before, and this is the reason why it came out on PC day one, right? Like, whatever people want to do to, like, remove the goalpost and move it wherever they want to get day and date. But if they're testing the game out early, then it means it's been tested, and they're like, oh, yeah, we can release that now. Now, I'm not saying Wolverine is coming day and date. I'm just saying that in the beta program, if they do let you test it, just saying. Waterbear says, I got an email. Welcome to the beta program. Thanks for being drafted into the Space Force program. We'll send you a shuttle to come and get you today. Nice. Eclipse says Steam has a database where they keep up with everything. Travis says, man, I need you to be playing AC Shadows. You can break it because they want quality control, Mike. Mike is the final boss. Yeah, I fell through the map yesterday with Avowed. I went to step on a rock and it went right through. I found that one spot that didn't cover. Crowded House says, don't tell Lono this. Don't tell Lono what? The beta program? I think he would know. It's a news thing. Waterbear says, I think Wolverine is day and date on PC. I don't know if it's going to be. I just think, I'm just giving an example, right? Like, if they're testing out the PC games ahead of time, they would be ready to go, right? And Sony's really good with their majority of the time, at least on console, with the quality control of their games coming out, okay? Their ports on PC have been a little bit shaky, so now they're going to be testing out the waters, right? So if they're testing out the water ahead of time, right, and people can play test the beta for Wolverine, we'll see. All right, so there is the PlayStation registration. Let's see what else we got here. We have a video. I think I want to go over to Maddie Plays video. We'll watch Maddie Plays. If you guys like what we do here, we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All the stories that we do are in the link or in the description down below. So we're going to watch Mr. Maddie Plays has a video here. It's called So. This is a little mixed for Xbox, okay? About 11 minutes long, 12 minutes long. What's happening here? It won't play. All right, here we go.
Salutations, everybody.
Salutations,
it is Maddie here today, and we gather on the day of our Lord and Savior Toneth Hawketh, who hath
Toneth Hawketh. Did it come out yesterday? Did they announce it?
Returned to talk about...
Wait, did it come out?
Day of our Lord and Savior Toneth Hawketh, who hath returned to talk about Xbox. Why are we doing that here today? Well, join me in a little bit of reflection first to set things up. So, can you believe that?
Guys, thank you very much for the continued support of the membership. Appreciate that. Welcome back to the Goonie squad.
Around this time last year,
I gotta give you a cheer. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Welcome. Waterbear says Xbox still dying. Always dying. It's dying like those movies. They're like, tell my wife I love her. One more thing. Like that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Here we were talking about rumors of Xbox making the leap to multi-platform and what exactly that would mean for the brand. Many of us agreed that this would kill the brand, and in a sense, it kind of has. You look at the hardware sales, whether it be more nuanced stats.
Can we get away in this generation? Okay. Can we get away from the hardware sales? I don't know why. Eclipse, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Eclipse says, I love being a gooner. Goonie. Don't be a gooner. Appreciate the 17 months. 17 months. Thank you very much for that. I'm not gooners here. Okay? So, can we get away from console sales? They said we lost the console war. We don't really care about the console sales. They're pushing Game Pass. They're pushing games everywhere, right? We got to get away from the same old talking point here of, well, they're just not selling consoles very well. Yeah, we know. We know. What are we just starting 5 years in the in this console cycle?
It's like, how is Xbox doing this January compared to last January in hardware sales? Oh, they're down like 50%. Got it. Or
okay,
their lack of a major holiday bump despite having great content ready for you, whether it be a more niche day one Game Pass title like Stalker 2, a big popular game like Call of Duty, again, day one on Game Pass, or fantastic exclusives like Indiana Jones. Still
Indiana Jones was a good game. Loved it. Thought it was great.
didn't move them past the stinky Switch in the last year of its life cycle, which is crazy to think about. What this kind of reaffirms is what we've talked about a lot, that Xbox, even I who fought a little bit against it, and just the nature of like, you're going to kill the brand a bit, bro. You know, when it comes to business and making money, they're about to prove a lot of people wrong. If the recent...
Ooh. Wait a minute. Did Maddie just say they're going to prove a lot of people wrong because they're going to hurt the brand? Let me hear that again.
Fought a little bit against it, and just the nature of like, you're going to kill the brand a bit, bro.
He was fighting against it, just as everybody else is. Everyone, it's sort of like, shh, let it happen, right? Like that's what's happening, okay? Xbox is chloroforming people, going, you don't need an Xbox. Like, you don't need that. It's like, shh, right? And now all of a sudden they're coming to their senses. They're like, hey, maybe they don't need console sales.
Bro, you know, when it comes to business and making money,
there's the word. There's the word. Making money. If I could sell you guys, right? You're making this physical object, right? This physical object right here, okay? If I could sell you this without selling you this, right? I'm going to sell you the stuff that goes on this without selling you this, which costs you a lot less money and you make more money. Would you take that deal? Would you take that deal? I think majority of you would take that deal. If you can make more money without spending more money, I think you would take that deal.
They're about to prove a lot of people wrong if the recent statistics we have here are anything to go by, because their latest port, mind you, of a game that already did insanely well is beating out games that are going to be hot on the market. I'm talking Assassin's Creed, WWE, I'm talking MLB The Show. This new port is beating out all of those games and proving that...
What's he talking about? What port? Oh, is he talking about Forza? Is Forza beating out all these things on PlayStation right now as pre-order?
Number one, the brand appeal is low for Xbox, but number two, that people will buy it elsewhere. And what exactly does this mean for the future of Xbox? We'll get into that, but ladies and gentlemen, first, a quick word from today's sponsor. Carmen Sandiego is back, and in
Carmen Sandiego?
in a big way. Now, I don't know if you all knew this, but she's been around since 1985, popping up in games, TV shows, and now movies. She's on this new globetrotting adventure. I've been playing the game a little bit.
I mean, we're going to watch this ad because we're watching his video, so we got to show off the ad, right?
And it's honestly a really fun time, especially when you look at the
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? You guys remember that?
original point-and-click adventure games. It's like night and day with this new one while retaining that spirit. Now, despite the glow-up, Carmen Sandiego will still pack a nostalgic factor for long-time fans. And I also love just kind of the choices that you make alongside this adventure. Like, you'll have this timer that's ticking down. You have to be very careful about like where you're going to fly to and what clues you're actually going to look for, because otherwise you could end up missing out on the suspect as part of Vile. The game will respect the originals with Easter eggs that are calling back to them, but also, again, as you can tell, for someone like me, welcoming newcomers to the series. And best of all, you get to play as the woman
She's 40. She looks good for her age.
herself. You're going to visit places like Tokyo and use gadgets to outsmart Vile as you go about
Exactly,
your
Water.
missions.
Yeah, she looks
These are
great for
things from
40.
like hacking all the way to cracking other puzzles. And they sent me an amazing care package, by the way.
Look at the graphics on this. It almost looks real. Oh, wait,
It came with a
that's
doll that I know my niece is absolutely going to adore. They also have a great choose your own adventure style book here, but there's also a little secret packed away when using the blue light, which I thought this was just so awesome. And inside is a game key here. So this game packs a ton of fun, a ton of identity in it. And if you're eager to go do some detective work, you don't have to wait. You can get your adventure started today on console or PC. All right, first the stats. Forza Horizon 5 is topping the PS5 pre-order charts in multiple countries. It's #1 in the UK.
So here you go. I like to prove Travis wrong that he's trying to prove Maddie wrong, right? Because he jumped the gun. Travis is saying, sorry, I wasn't trying to call out Maddie. Just what he was saying is incorrect. No, actually what he's saying is absolutely correct, right? Because you're in America, Travis, and you just said, in order, you said that that WWE, MLB, AC, and then Forza in that order, okay? And as his chart up on the screen says, in the United States, it's 3rd and 4th and 13th. So he is not lying and it's not incorrect. He's 100% correct. And then in UK, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Mexico, and Brazil, it's #1.
Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Mexico, Brazil, and it's number 3, 4, and 13 in the United States. And you can see it right here. Its premium edition is beating out WWE 2K 2025 and all of its editions. It's beating out Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's beating out Days Gone Remastered, Elden Ring Night Reign. I'm not going to read too deeply into, but this is some...
Oh, yeah, I played the crap out of Carmen Sandiego back in the day.
Steep competition it is beating out. Mind you that the #1 on a lot of these charts, or one of the highest ranking ones on a lot of these charts, is the premium edition. This was the biggest one.
Think about this for a second. He's talking about it right now, right? The premium edition, a game that's what, 5 years old? It came out when the Xbox launched. Okay. So there's people, gamers, not the purebreds, okay? Gamers that have a PlayStation are like, oh, cool. Another car racing game that comes out that I can play. They don't care that it's made by Xbox Studios or Playground Games or it was on the opposite box. They don't care. They're like, oh, cool. A really cool game that people loved over here, I get to play it on my system that I have now. Cool.
One I read extremely deep into, because that, alongside
a 5-year-old game, is beating games that are brand new on the market.
This game just being so popular everywhere else already said so much to me that the premium version, despite it literally being there on a PC or an Xbox or cloud streaming, like Game Pass, it's there, and it has, I think, over 40 million players. Like, that is absolutely absurd that people are still paying top dollar for early access to a game.
That's because you're normal, Water, right? Water says, I play games on any and every platform if it's a good game. That's right, because you're normal. You and I are normal. You like a game? You go buy the game. You might buy the game twice. You're like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to play it on my handheld. I'm going to play it over here. I'm going to play it on the Switch. I'm going to play it on Xbox, right? Like, you just play it. Hey, I'm interested in that game. I think I'm going to play it.
That has been on the market for a long while. So this just says to Xbox, like, oh, we can even double dip on that? Okay.
Wait, what did he say?
On the market for a long while. So this just says to Xbox, like, oh, we can even double dip on that?
And let me tell you something. This would work just the opposite way as well. Okay? If PlayStation decided that they wanted to put God of War on Xbox down the road, or Spider-Man down the road, 5 years after the fact, better believe people on Xbox would buy the game. You know why? Because they want to make money, and those people want to play video games. That's what would happen. You could be normal if you are low percentage of the market that has all devices. Sure, but the point being, Krebsy, is it's not about if I have all the consoles. It's I'm going to buy the game if I like the game, regardless if it's blue or green is my point, right? It has nothing to do with I am this and I have all these devices. No, it's, hey, I have a PlayStation. Cool, there's a game that I couldn't play that was on Xbox, and now I can play it. I'm going to buy the game. You know, normal people that just buy games, not because they wave their flag around like it's a sports team.
Okay. You'll pay for early access for something that, like, it's an artificial pay barrier is what it is, but people are showing they're willing to pay. And it also shows how deeply invested some are in their ecosystem, right? Where this game was by and large considered a major success over on the Xbox side of the field, right? Because you looked at that player count, and even if you said like, hey, look.
Let me put it this way. You would have the people that, let's just say God of War happened to come over down the road 5 years from now, end of cycle, okay? God of War finally came over to Xbox. Do you know what PlayStation fans would say, the ponies would say? They would say, well, we still have the better version. Okay? They wouldn't talk about how that game is finally on and they're a third-party developer and it's on the other console. They would talk about, well, we have the better version. Because that's how moving the goalpost works.
5 million sales. Like, that's still pretty great for Forza Horizon 5. I think it might be arguably more. But it is one of the most played Xbox games this generation. And despite that, it's still showing insane numbers as it makes the leap over.
This game's packed all the time. My son plays it all the time. We play it together. It's packed. Constantly people in the game.
The PlayStation. I was also surprised to see it beating out WWE. WWE is hot right now. Did you see that Cena heel turn? I mean, this bro turned heel the same week that I did. He's trying to copy my flow. Can you believe that? MLB The Show always kills, and Forza Horizon 5 is ahead of that. And although I think a lot of people are anti-Ubisoft right now, particularly in the hardcore gaming circle, and I'm right there with you, I don't like what Ubisoft's doing right now. You look at the Assassin's Creed brand, it still is strong enough where it is a strong seller and a good...
It's got 17 years, right? 17 years for Assassin's Creed? It's going to make money, but it's not going to make as much money as the past Assassin's Creeds.
Measure for just how popular Forza Horizon 5 is seemingly going to be. We already had a statistic last year that in the dying months of 2024...
See, this is how I know you're a Sony pony, Travis, because that's what you heard, right? The whole conversation's about people that are infatuated with one side of the box or the other, okay? Which is stupid. I'm talking about normal people just buying games and playing games. They don't care if it's running better on the system they don't have, okay? But the goalposts move all the time. The goalposts move all the time. If Indiana Jones, when it comes over, they're like, well, we got the better system, right? Congratulations. You have a better system because it is a brand new system that wasn't made 5 years ago. Congratulations, right? You get to play the game. Congratulations. Play the game. Nobody cares, right? This small group of people that put their blue jersey on or green jersey on, you guys are sick in the head, man, right? It's just a gaming system. It's just a game coming to a console to play a game. That's it.
Really showed something for Xbox's pivot with particular games. While titles like Hi-Fi Rush or Pentiment didn't really chart, and I will admit I was very surprised to see not much buzz around Hi-Fi Rush making that leap. For how loud gamers are about that game, I thought that would absolutely kill on at least Nintendo Switch, but it seems like that wasn't the case. But Xbox is more like live servicey titles that are well established have found a great amount of success over on PlayStation. For example, Sea of Thieves, we learned, was a top 20 best-selling game.
A game that's 6 years old is a top 20 seller on that console. What? That's smart business. This is why they're putting their games everywhere. Look, I don't care where they put their game. I don't care if I can play Halo on a toaster. Okay? Everything's an Xbox. I don't care if it's on a toaster. If you have the greatest toaster and you want to play your game on the toaster or a pregnancy test, cool. Go do it, man. Go do it. How does you playing the same game that I'm playing on your console affect me in any way, shape, or form? It doesn't. Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
On PlayStation last year, that's crazy to think about. So I think that was the moment Xbox went, hey, even if we were going to do this anyway, now we definitely have to do it. We were a top seller on the market with a game that's been out since like 2017. And no doubt it's had its fair share of like relaunches and reinvigorating the brand. So I'm not downing Sea of Thieves. It's a great game now. But that tells them everything, that we have these great games and we know it, but people are actually going to go buy them elsewhere. So up next is Indiana Jones. That was apparently coming spring 2025 as it was announced at Gamescom, and Satya Nadella confirmed that this had over 4 million players on Xbox and PC.
This is another fucking thing I hate. 4 million players, right? If you're gonna share numbers, tell us sales. I don't give a shit about how many people played it.
Alone. So what I'm really interested to see is how this one charts when it gets announced and it starts having its pre-orders go up, because if there's any game that I hope from the Xbox family, if you will, comes over to multiple platforms and absolutely kills it, I pray it's Indiana Jones. That was a top 3 game of the year for me last year. It was such a pleasant surprise in so many ways. It's exploration, it's interactivity, it's just complete faithfulness.
World says, I don't want to see another pregnancy test in my life. My kids are enough. I don't care if you can play Elden Ring on an ultra settings. Stay away from me. But wouldn't that be cool? You're just sitting there. You're like, hey, while you're waiting for the thing to turn, you're like, hey, can I play Halo on this? And your wife, girlfriend would come in and be like, what the f- are you doing? Like, I'm playing Halo while we're waiting to see if it's positive or negative.
To the films, it may as well have been a film itself. Like the music, the performance from Troy Baker, it's a game we'll be talking about for years.
Troy Baker, if he doesn't win voice actor of the year next year for whatever awards, I don't care if it's BAFTA, DICE awards, if he doesn't win for that performance, rigged. Like, he did a phenomenal job.
There's no doubt about it. And I am so excited for more people to get their hands on it. So
the wife would never find out the results. Be like, it's been 4 hours. It's supposed to take 30 seconds. Hold on. One more match.
I hope that's a game that kills, but that'll be the next part of the conversation is when will Xbox have one of those high profile single player titles that really pops off over on PlayStation? Because we have yet to see that. And that's where we start to avert our gaze a bit. This is the Band-Aid rip year. Again, I've said this many times to just prepare those.
Yeah, I hate that play a player. If you're going to share numbers, and then if they don't share the players, like if they don't ever share the number of players, like 4 million, if they don't share 4 million, they'll be like, there was 400 million hours played. It's like, who cares? Who cares? Right? They do this with Netflix, or Disney Plus does this with their shows. Like less people watched, but they watched it for the entire thing. So they're like, a million hours watched. Like, what is that? What does that average to? Like, that could be 10 people that kept the TV on the entire time. Like, how many people actually watched? Like, they just give you a hypothetical number. They're like, well, the average household's got 4 people, so 4 people watch the thing. My son's in the house. He doesn't watch the shows that we watch. So does he count? He doesn't count. He's not watching that show, but do they count him? We only have 3 people in the house. Right? What about the family that has 12 people? Right? It's all bullshit. It's just to hype up stuff. It's the same reason that they tell you a second season's coming before the first season's even out. We're already making a sequel to a movie before the movie's even done with 1 week in the theater. Right? We got 10 million people watching. It's all garbage. It's just to hype up the thing because we associate, because they think we're morons. Right? And for the most part, I think most of us are morons. But they just tell you a number like 10 million people played it. You're like, 10 million people? That means there's a lot of people. I think I'm going to buy the game because a lot of people bought the game, right? But they don't actually tell you the actual number of people bought the game. They just give you the highest number. They're like, well, not a lot of people bought the game. What's the next thing we can go with? People played the game. Well, not enough people played the game. Hours played? They're like, yeah, let's go with hours played.
To our Xbox diehards that are like, no, it's not happening. Well,
oh, what do you do here? Hold on.
Bit. This is the Band-Aid rip year. Again, I've said this many times to just prepare those who are Xbox diehards that are like, no, it's not happening.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
Well,
it's been happening. You guys just didn't want to look behind the curtain. You guys didn't want to look behind the curtain. The whole life cycle of this thing it's been going this direction. Game Pass is the thing, right? Game Pass is the new way. Cloud gaming is the new way. Moving their games to the other platforms is the new way. Multi-plat, okay? Regardless if it's on PlayStation or Nintendo, multi-plat was the new way. It's been like this for the last 5 years, more actually, okay? And now people are like, I guess this is happening.
Okay, we warned you because everything from Halo to Gears, they seem to maybe even be indicating a Fable, a Hellblade 2, Starfield. Like, These games are going to make the jump. We're seeing unprecedented changes from Xbox in real time. We had Phil Spencer recently say, we're going to put PlayStation branding in our Xbox showcases. We just saw the head of recently say, we're going to put...
Phil Spencer says Xbox showcases will now feature logos of all platforms a game will release on. Okay.
PlayStation branding in our Xbox showcases. We just saw the head of...
I mean, let's be honest. Does that really matter? Because 10 seconds after they showcase, and they show 20 games, 5 seconds after the showcase, there's a report going, well, 12 of these games are coming on PlayStation. And vice versa. PlayStation shows something, and they're like, oh, well, 12 of these games are coming on Xbox. Does it matter? Now they actually not lying to the customer, right, that it's coming everywhere.
Of Xbox Game Studios during a Fable update talk about how excited they are for the Direct. Do you get it yet? Like, this is it. The brand you once knew and I knew is gone in the sense that, you know, they're not the hardcore exclusive games publisher anymore. They're going after their bag because they're seeing that people are actually going to buy their stuff on other platforms.
You mean making money in a business everywhere? You mean because there's only a market of 250 to 300 million people playing console games across all consoles, that's including Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox, and they're not touching the 3 billion devices of mobile and the 2.8 billion devices of PC, which is 5.8 billion devices that they could actually play other games on? Amazing.
Platforms, and when they see, oh, y'all are popping...
Travis, we've talked about that game for 2 years. We played it. You know why we played it? It's on Game Pass.
Off over like a little Forza, like that's one of the big three when I look at Xbox. Like to me, it's Forza, Gears, Halo. Like those have been a part of Xbox heritage for generations. So when Forza makes that jump, you don't think that's setting off the alarm bells? Like Halo should make the jump, Gears should make the jump. Why not Starfield? Like games like Starfield, for example, can benefit from a shot in the arm. Right now, that game feels, to be frank, very dead in the water. No one's talking about it. It's not seeing as much play as it once was. The updates have dramatically slowed down. We have no... It's at the point I'm like, is Starfield even going to get a second expansion? Like, they've just gone so quiet.
Does it matter, though, if it gets a second expansion or not? Maybe the second expansion comes when it comes to PlayStation. Who knows? Right? It's a single-player game. Right? It's a single-player game.
Because obviously everyone, including Microsoft, I imagine, wants Bethesda to move on to Elder Scrolls 6. But that's a game that could get renewed interest with a port to a new audience, plus the announcement of an expansion. Like, these are new leases on lives for these games in different ways. It brings new people into these communities in ways that are going to be important moving forward. As I talked about with the Fable reboot, it's like, well, if you're Xbox, why not bring like Fable 1, 2, and 3 and just cash in one last time before your next big reboot hits after investing in it for like 7-8 years? And personally, I think games like Halo, just by the novelty of it all, like just the, oh my God, this is real. Like, I'm buying Halo on Switch and PlayStation just because I'm going to be like, this is weird, man.
But why? I mean, buy where you want, but why would you buy it twice? If you're already playing it, I guess you could play it on the better console, or you could play it on PC, which is a better platform.
I don't know how I feel about this. This is weird, man. But you know,
why is it weird that it's on PC but it's not on, but it's on console? You see what I'm saying? I don't get that disconnect. You're playing Halo on a console and on PC, but if it's on PlayStation, it's weird. Okay.
You know what? Like, I think a lot of people are going to do that. Like, what is Halo like on the Switch? Why not? But at the baseline of all of this, you have last year a top-selling game on PlayStation is an Xbox game, and this year you have a port of one of Xbox's most popular games this generation doing insane pre-order numbers ahead of highly profitable, well-marketed games that have a lot of buzz around them.
You know what's interesting? When Xbox puts this on PlayStation, and if 4 million people, 5 million people are playing Forza, that means 4 to 5 million people are not playing Gran Turismo. That's what hurts, right? Not only did they pay the money and that money goes to Xbox, but now those people are not getting the microtransactions inside of PlayStation.
And and a lot of positive energy around them outside of Assassin's Creed Shadows. But I digress. That is what Forza Horizon 5 is doing. And in turn, as of the theme of this video, I always eventually get around to it, Xbox has proven a lot of people wrong. A lot of folks said this was a dumb idea, and I know we fought with it with our emotions, but when you look at the sales and the money it's going to be...
Listen to what he just said. Listen to what he just said.
I always eventually get around to it. Xbox has proven a lot of people wrong. A lot of folks said this was a dumb idea, and I know we fought with it with our emotions.
A lot of people said it was a dumb idea. Not this guy. Because I don't make decisions with my heart. I use my brain and saw exactly what they were doing. As a business, this makes 100% sense. If you can't beat them a 1-to-1 on the console, you have to morph into your different direction, right? This is why Nintendo went their way with the mobile, right? The handheld with the Switch, okay? And even though they were the leader, even though they were leading in that, in the software sales and whatnot, they did the Switch. The Switch blew up. It's only the third console ever to hit over 150 million consoles, okay, sold. PlayStation 2, 3DS, and now the Switch, okay? And Xbox said, well, we can't beat them, so let's go do our own thing. Let's go to our own island. And they went to their own island. Now PlayStation's kind of lost, right? They're like looking around going, well, who do we compete with? Who do we compete with? Right? We can do the market over here against Nintendo, but Nintendo, they're always in competition with. They've been in competition with them for years, and they've never been the same, right? Nintendo has their market, PlayStation has their market. Xbox was that market that they were fighting with. Well, now they really can't fight with them anymore because they're doing cloud gaming, they're doing Game Pass, they're doing day and date, they're doing PC, multi-plat, whatever. So now PlayStation's like, well, let's put our games on PC. Let's go multi-plat for some of our games, okay? And now they're raising the price of the console. They're getting closer to that PC price point where you can get a cheaper PC or a higher console. So like, let's see if we can steal some people from PC. Let's put our games on PC to kind of bring people over that if they play God of War, maybe they'll get the next God of War over on PlayStation, day and date or something. Okay? This is what they're trying to do. They're looking. You need competition. Competition's great. Okay? And I'm not making fun of PlayStation to see who they're looking for. They need competition. Competition breeds great video games, great business, right? Look at what happened to Overwatch and Blizzard when Marvel Rivals came out. Blizzard was on cruise control, okay? They were on cruise control. And then all of a sudden, Marvel Rivals came along, and now business is in competition. So now they're working their asses off so they can compete, because that's what we need as customers. That's all you should care about. You shouldn't care about the sales. You shouldn't care about the viewers. You shouldn't care about the amount of people that are buying the game. That has nothing to do. Play the game, buy the game. They make a game, they sell a game. You buy the game, you play the game. That's it. That's your only job as a consumer. Play the games you want to play. Don't play the games you don't want to play, and have fun.
But when you look at the sales and the money it's going to be generated, it's going to come at a cost. We already talked about that to open things up. It's the hardware. They're paying a price there, and I don't know how they plan to turn that one around. I mean,
they don't plan on turning it around. How is this hard to understand? They don't care about the $200 they lose every console. This is why they made deals with LG and Samsung, and they're on the cloud and then their PC.
Again, I think just an open platform is the best they can do now, where it's just like, buy your games here, because it'd be stupid to buy them anywhere else, because multiple platforms can live on our platform. If they can pull that off, I think that'll be their key. But otherwise, you got to get a ton of platforms to play ball with that. So we'll see how it goes there. So it did come at a price, but they're about to make a lot of money. So it's interesting to monitor these sorts of things. Just wanted to talk a bit about it here today. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts down below. How are you feeling about what's going on with Xbox and these numbers?
It looks like Maddie's finally coming around to it, and he's self-admitted that he didn't think it was going to work.
And what Forza Horizon 5 is pulling off, and what do you think is going to make the jump next after Indy? Let me know down below. Other than that, take excellent care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.
Go give Maddie a follow. Links in the description down below. I like watching his stuff, right? At least he can admit that, hey, I didn't see this coming, right? A lot of people can't see, right? Critical thinking misses a lot of people right off the bat. They react with their heart, or I've been playing Xbox, or I've been playing PlayStation my whole life. I can't believe they're doing this. But as a business, they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about that. They don't care about anything. They just care about the money. How many people can we get this thing out to? Okay. Rule number one was, how many consoles could we sell in the old days? More consoles, more people that will buy the software that we're making. Ta-da. Then the internet happened, and then exponentially got better and better and better and faster and faster and faster. Now there's so many avenues, so many different devices, right? Before it was just console. Now you can play games on your phone. Now you can play games on your PC. Now you can play games in the cloud. Now you can play games on your television set. It's not the same platform. It's not the same era that we lived in. Again, we said it before, people thought the horse and buggy was it. That was it. Nothing's going to beat the horse and buggy. And then someone came, made the car, and they laughed at it. They laughed at the car. There's no way you think people are going to use this over horse and buggy. And then the future came. And here we are. Right? Are horse and buggy gone? No, horse and buggy are not gone. Right? The Amish people still use horse and buggy. They use horse and buggy on other places where cars can't go on certain islands and whatnot. Xbox is not gone. The console is not going away. It's just going to still be here. It's just not going to be their main focus moving forward. All right, let me scroll back up and see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. Player says, do you think that Xbox exiting the console war have effect on the content creators and negative effect in their bottom line? No, I don't think it's their bottom line. Their bottom line is just to content creators are going to make content. If that's off the games, if that's off the news, if that's off whatever it is, if it's drama, the content creators are going to make content regardless. I don't think that has anything to do with it. And I don't really think they're exiting the console wars because the console wars are going to turn into the streaming wars. Do you know what I mean? Eclipse says, because PlayStation fans have to make an excuse that they're not third party because it's on PC. Yeah, whatever they want to use, Eclipse. Let's see. Travis says, question. Is it the island from WWE? Because if it's so, then it comes to microtransaction, baby. Let's see. Ray says, imagine if GTA is delayed till 2026 and the next Xbox release with 120 frames per second mode, people will fight over this box. I don't think so. I don't, Ray. And the reason why is because everyone else's library is still on the console that they have. It's going to be really hard for someone. Because here, what about if in your imagine if GTA 6 comes out in 2026, like you said, it's 120 frames per second, and the Xbox comes out. But then imagine if GTA 6 comes out the day and date on PC as well as console. Do you think those people then go buy those consoles? You see, we can say a lot of different things. I don't think a lot of people would jump ship and buy an Xbox because Xbox is now 120 frames per second. I think people have their backlog, and if they're on PlayStation and the next box comes over, I don't think they're going to jump ship because of their backlog. Their library, especially because it's digital. Kraken says, but who will defend my favorite corporation? I'm sure somebody will. I'm sure somebody will. Krebsy says, so the Xbox publishing is healthy, but the Xbox console users went to the Xbox console in faith. And they would also be prioritized over the last few years. The Xbox console users have been deprioritized. Yeah, but I don't understand. Like, if I buy a television set in 2020, my television set does 120 hertz. It's the latest, greatest LG television, whatever it is. Okay. And then 2 years later, a brand new television comes out. And now they're done supporting the television that I have. There's no updates for my television. And the new television comes out, and it's much better than my television. Do I get mad as a customer? No, I bought that television back in 2020. It was the best television in 2020. Now there's another television in 2025. It's a better television. So as a customer, I can either buy the new television, okay, or not. That's what customers do. I'm not going to get mad at LG for making another television or abandoning their old television and they're not updating their television anymore, right? It's the exact same thing with the console. If the console came out and the console is what it is, and now you have the console, you've played the console, you're playing the console, you're playing the games on the console. When the next console comes out, if you don't want to buy the console, then don't buy the console because you feel betrayed or whatever. Xbox says, okay, you don't want to buy the next console. Great, go where you want to go. but here are our games, and this is where we're at. And if you don't want to play our games on this console, you can play it on that console. Company says day and date moving to Ultimate. PlayStation sales being 64% compared to PC, plus Xbox saying Xbox would be first best, but now games are launching on Pro with more features. Of course. That's the newest box. The MetaQuest 2 is lower than the MetaQuest 3. Player says it's common sense. PlayStation has 75 million PlayStations out there in the wild. That's a lot of consoles sell games as the biggest publisher in the world. Sure. But remember, 75 is shipped. 75 million shipped, not sold. Okay? There's last number that we have is like 62 million in gamers' hands. The new ones are over here, and I would assume that they already shipped them out because they want to make sure that they don't get the tariffs. Okay? They want to get them in before the new emission came in, right? And so if there are tariffs and stuff like that, they're already in the country. Now, they'll still charge you for that, but they already paid for theirs up front. Right, and they'll pass it along to the consumer. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Altern says, I mean, if the Xbox was promoted with 120 frames per second and still the PlayStation 5 sold more, just saying. Right. The closest Xbox to come to PlayStation sales was the 360. That's the closest. And the only reason PlayStation 3 sold as well as it did at that time is because of the Blu-ray player. Player says, I still believe that Xbox gamers got the better end of the deal. They get the option to buy or rent Xbox games day one. All other platform owners have to pay top dollar to play the day one. Yeah. And there's a market there. There's a lot of people that don't want to pay $70 for every game that comes out, which was 60, now 70, which is now probably going to go to 80. Waterbear says consoles will not go away because there's always going to be gamers. Some gamers can't afford a PC that will play the games at the above the same quality as a console. Ray says the next Xbox would absolutely need to be a console PC hybrid if it would also be perfect companion for the PC gamers. But is that considered a console anymore? If it's a console / PC hybrid, then that's technically a PC, right? I mean, technically the Xbox and PlayStation are low end PCs anyway. Roka says, you're wrong. As of today, they have sold 71 million units. PlayStation 5. Don't be spreading misinformation, Michael. No, shipped. Roadkill. It's shipped, not sold. There's a difference between shipped and sold. Now, technically, the Target and Walmart and Best Buy, they bought those, yes, and they have the quality inside. So, yes, they bought them from PlayStation, but those are shipped. Those are actually not users. So the people that buy PlayStations would have to sign up for a PlayStation Network, which they are not, because those are still sitting on store shelves because they are sold when the consumer buys them and then brings them into their house. They're shipped from the manufacturer to Target, to Best Buy, to Walmart, whatever, and then the consumer buys it from that point. So sure, you could say that they sold them, but they're not sold because there's not actual people playing those boxes until they bring it home and then put it in and then make those accounts. There was multiple reports, Roadkill. I'm not even going to look it up right now because the 16 articles that came out 2-3 weeks ago when they did all this, okay, they said shipped. And the ones that said sold, okay, were wrong because it's shipped, not sold. Do you think we'll see a rise of Hydra before the end of this year? Like out? Or are you talking about just like showed like gameplay? I think we see gameplay. I don't think we see like we're not getting that game this year. No, I don't think we see it out. You think Hydra's coming out this year? I don't. If they show it at the Summer Game Fest, what are they going to launch it during the time frame of around Grand Theft Auto? I don't think that. Like we see it, like hey, we're working on the game. Like they showed the tech test last year of that game, right? They show the tech test. Roadkill. Even if it is 75 million units sold, what does that do for you? You put that on your resume? Can you put that on your resume? What does that do for you as a consumer? Right? Because I can say, well, I have a PC. 2.8 billion PCs are out there. 2.8 billion is bigger than 75 million. Does that go on your resume? Like, what? I don't understand. Guys, I'm able to play the game. You know why? Because I have a PlayStation 5 Pro. Oh, you have a PlayStation 5 Pro? Well, dude, come on in. We're going to give you the job. Matter of fact, you're not qualified at all, but you hit every checkbox that we have on this list is PlayStation 5 Pro. You got the job. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, I don't understand. My dick is bigger than your dick, even though my dick is not part of that company. Congratulations. Your dick is bigger in virtual form on a console that doesn't know that you exist. But I own a box that has more boxes out there than other boxes. Switch has double what you have. Yeah, but Switch is Nintendo. You're stating facts? I'm also stating facts. Shipped and sold are two different things. Even the discrepancy in the chat that you said, 75, then you went down to 71. So 4 million are missing somewhere within like 3 lines of your text that you put out there. Right? 75 million sold. 71 million sold. Google told me so. World says, I mean, it's a Japanese company, so it's probably true. Kylo says, man, if I land a 9070 XT tomorrow, my dick will be the biggest. That's right, Kylo. That's right. 9070 XT is a much bigger dick than if you have a other graphics card. I bet the believes that Sony is getting all the money for the Xbox games that's coming to PlayStation. I mean, I don't even care about this conversation, Dupless, about that. We're stating that Xbox doesn't care about console sales, right? And other people are talking about console sales. It doesn't matter, right? Steam, who doesn't make any console, 0 consoles. Now they have a Steam Deck, but there's 44 million people concurrent, right? There's way more people playing Steam games, which is not a box, okay? Just magically streaming them from their computer. Ship, sold, bought, gold, hold, sale, bail. Sorry, I got carried away. Yep, there you go, Roadkill. Yeah. The Switch isn't a real console. It's a hybrid. Sure, whatever. Goalpost back there. Here. Move that goalpost. Kingard says, what's going on, Kingard? If Xbox loses incentive to keep improving new consoles because of its Game Pass focus, then PlayStation loses incentive because Xbox becomes less of a competitor and more of a service that happens to consoles. That's exactly right, though, Kingard. That's what I'm saying. When I was saying earlier, I don't know if you came in when I was talking about this. I said competition is good, right? They're all going their separate ways. I said Nintendo's going their way with the handheld, right, with the Switch. They got off the island, and Nintendo's got that clientele from like birth to death, as we always talk about, right? PlayStation had that competition with Xbox, right? But Xbox said, we're going off on our own island, and we're going to do multi-plat. We're going cloud. We're going television sets. We're doing whatever, okay? PlayStation's looking to, almost like a bull. You ever see a bull when they want to hit something? They're like looking around. They're like, fuck, who am I going to hit? That's what PlayStation's doing. They're looking around like, who can we compete with? They're like, oh, we can compete with Nintendo, but Nintendo, we don't want to make kiddie games like that, right? So we're still the Apple of consoles, basically. Right, so they're like, let's raise the price of our console, We'll get closer to that ceiling of PC, right? Because there is going to be a blurred line between PCs and consoles in the next generation, the next 10 years or whatever, right? So they're like, should we go for that high-end market, low-end PC market, right? Or do we also dabble into what Xbox is doing, right? Going PC. That's why they're putting more games on PC and whatnot, right? Competition needs to happen. Otherwise, if PlayStation has no competition, they'll get complacent like Blizzard did with Overwatch, right? You need competition, right? This is why PlayStation will go day and date on PC. This is why they will adjust their plan, because they have to continue to compete. They can't let Xbox go off on their own. They can't. They can't let Xbox just have free reign to go do what they want to do. They have to compete with them, right? So we look at consoles now, and consoles will be consoles. I don't think they'll ever go away. They might morph into what the box is today to, as Ray said, like a PC hybrid type of thing. But in some way, shape, or form, consoles will still be there. Well, I looked it up, and I wanted to check my facts and make sure I was correct. So I was wrong about the 75 million. I was correct about the 71, and you can also move on. I was just having fun. Either way, I just want to let you know that within 3 sentences, you went from 75 to 71, and I'm still telling you that the 71 from the 65 is still shipped, not sold. Travis says, you know what's actually needs? That's right, Dreamcast 2. Dreamcast was a great box. It was ahead of its time. Stadia was a cool thing, but it just was too early. And their business, because they didn't have the backing and you had to buy the games over again, was a huge problem with the Stadia. But I don't think if you brought a Dreamcast out now, it would succeed. It's done. You would have to come out with a huge library of games. And I just can't see it happening. Jason says, if Xbox consoles go away, I doubt it'll matter much. Yeah, no, I don't think it would matter if they went completely away, because I do my analogy of Obi-Wan Kenobi. When Darth Vader knocks him out, kills him, it becomes more powerful, right? Sure, you're limited to the amount of boxes you sell, but now if you get rid of the boxes and they can be everywhere, they're more powerful than you could ever imagine, right? And I'm not saying Xbox is going to be this dominant thing, but the box is there for people that want a box. The disc drive is there for people that want to buy the disc drive for PlayStation. Otherwise, you're getting digital boxes. Cupid says Xbox brand has evolved beyond console, yet some people still believe that the brand is just a console. Which is weird, Dupless, considering Microsoft made their billions and trillions of dollars off software. Travis says, Mike, I gotta ask, did you think of the Mind's Eye game? Looked cool to me. What's Mind's Eye? I don't even know what that is. I haven't seen it. No, I don't want season 2. I will not watch season 2. Dolphin says, I believe the Xbox would have sold better if it stopped making the names so similar to Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One S, Xbox One Series S, Xbox Series X. I mean, I don't think so. They literally lost the market when they tried to make the Xbox into a set-top box, which is a cable box, right? A multimedia platform, which is funny because now all the boxes, all the television sets, all the Roku devices, everything is now a set-top box, is that media thing, right? Wrong place, wrong time. That's it. Wrong place, wrong time. Oh, the sci-fi GTA. Oh, yeah, that did look good. That's what it's called. Mind's Eye. Okay. Yes. When I saw it, I was like, that looks pretty interesting. That's what they showed off a couple weeks ago, right? I gotta see more. Don Matrix is a Grand Moff Tarkin of the Kinect and was his Death Star. Yeah, like, it was just ahead of its time. Like, people saw it and said, this is what you're going to happen. They're like, nope, not going to happen. We're not doing that, right? I mean, here, I'll give an example of this, right? If our government came to you and said, here, we're issuing you a camera and a recorder, and you have to have it on you at all times, you'd be like, fuck you, I ain't doing it. But if they came to you with a device that you can surf the web, watch videos, check your emails, take pictures and video in the palm of your hand, you would pay thousands of dollars for that, wouldn't you? Right? People don't want something when they're told they want it. They want to be freedom of choice to tell me, like, oh, I made the choice and I'm going to purchase that thing because I think it's cool. Nate says, I missed the Monster Hunter talk. You do level up. We didn't have a Monster Hunter talk. Oh, in the beginning, it was just talking about Capcom. It was Capcom, Nate, about how they, the most successful game they've ever created. Figure says, before I go, I wanted to say, love your radio show. Vibe complete with transitions, sound effects, chill vibes, and callers, comments. Very relaxing, reminiscence of old school morning entertainment. Ingrid, I appreciate you saying that because that's exactly what I'm going for. I would love to have callers call in, but sometimes they have just really shitty microphones, right? And since we put the things up on the screen, I talk to chat like this. We've been doing it about 8-9 months. That's what I love, and I appreciate you saying that because that's exactly what I'm going for. Oh, good job on the video yesterday about the trailer stuff. We watched that yesterday. Dolphin says, joke's on you. The government just heard you say that. They're on their way. No, they're not. I gotta go. They'll just cut the stream off. They'll just cut the stream off, Dolphin. Oh, here we go. Crowded just asked the question. So you believe the government contracted Apple to make smartphones?
Oh, where I land, I do not know. But here I fall down the rabbit's hole.
Do I think that they contracted Apple to make smartphones? Yes. Yes, I do. 100%. You don't? Think about this. If they only allow things if we can make money off of it. And when I say we, I mean the government. When I mean corporations and whatnot. Ray says the Xbox used Zoom during the pandemic would have been selling point. Skype just closed down, right? Skype just closed down. Microsoft couldn't even get Skype off to the most popular thing. They went to a brand new thing called Zoom. Not Apple specifically. Well, I'll tell you what, Jones. I worked for Apple in the retail shops in the early 2000s. Okay? And what the government, well, I should say, what the company was before Steve Jobs died and after Steve Jobs died, completely two different companies, two different mindsets. The Steve Jobs didn't want to deal with that stuff. Super hard ass, great visionary, okay? Completely different mindset of what he had in mind for Apple. When Tim Cook took over, completely changed. Completely changed. Okay? So, do I believe that the phone was meant by the government to do that? No, because Steve Jobs created the first iPhone. Do I believe that it's transformed into what it is now? 100%. 100%. It's to monitor and do everything else. Because, again, if they knocked on your door and said, here's a microphone and a camera, you need to have this on you at all times, you're going to go tell the government to go fuck themselves. But if you can put in a nice package and you can watch all the stuff and do all the things, you're not going to ask questions. Sub says, never. There's no conspiracy like that. You're all crazy. The birds are robots, just to let you guys know. Quintar says Skype got integrated into Microsoft Teams. Right, but my point is, Quintar, Microsoft couldn't even get Skype to be blown up into what it was. Zoom completely came in and took it out from underneath them. People were using Discord and Zoom more than you were using Skype. The problem with Microsoft with a lot of these things, I used to use Skype a shit ton, right? I used to love it. I used to interview people all the time back in the day with my other channel, way back in. Okay, we used to talk about we used to use Skype as the interview calls and whatnot. But Microsoft just doesn't care about stuff like that. They let it die. They're like, Mixer. They own Mixer, and they let that die. Skype, they let that die. Integration, whatever you want to call it. They don't do anything with it. Robert Jones says, I love conspiracies, but the bird one is too far for me. Yeah, I mean, just go out and kill a pigeon. Right? I mean, hypothetically, if a pigeon got killed, you'd see. Maybe it's not that pigeon, though. Maybe it's the other pigeon next to that pigeon. There are cameras that are super small. But that's what Microsoft does with all their stuff, Quintar. They're like, we don't know what to do with this. We'll just let it go for a bit, right? I think the Windows phones are still operational, right? Or just recently they stopped supporting it. It's been out for 8 years. Like, died 8 years ago. Dolphin says ducks are government drones. I have 5. They're not. I watched them birth. Yeah, Cubsy. They sit on the power lines to recharge. I know my ducks are not robots. I saw them hatch out of the goddamn egg. Robert Jones says, y'all see the fake robot crap that got protected by the group of real crabs? No. Oh, Jones, I have a video that you sent the other day. I want to watch that. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. Right? I want to watch this. Speaking of fake stuff. Okay. This video is from Chiseled and Donis. Okay. Streaming will never be the same again. We're going to watch this. Right? We're going to watch this. Oh, crowded house. That's a quack theory. I'll give you 2 points, but at the same time,
Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. Quack theory. Okay. Let's go to this. It's called Streaming Will Never Be the Same Again.
Continues to get weirder by the day. And we've covered a number of different things, ranging from actual human beings trying to operate as NPCs. Some been very, very successful. Pinky Doll's gone on to reality television.
Most people know me from
Who's this?
TikTok.
Yo, ice cream so good. Yes, popcorn.
Oh, okay. The one that just called out every single thing that came on screen. Yeah.
Yes, popcorn.
I was making $100K a month.
$100K a month for going, thank you, and repeating yourself all the time. Shit, guys, I gotta start a new channel. I gotta start a new channel.
Stop it. Do you see this?
That Miles Morales dude has gone on to be on Kais and that stream.
Wow, is that a galaxy? I had enough of those and might make it back to my own universe.
I'm so glad I'm a streamer and I don't get to watch most of this shit.
Let's not do that again. Whoa! It's like I went through a wormhole or something. Pretty sure I'm
What is happening? What is happening?
still in the same
What
universe.
the fuck?
What is happening?
And a number of different people literally feeding their families off of being an NPC on TikTok. Then you had the introduction of that AI necklace, I believe the friend necklace.
Oh, we talked about the friend necklace. We talked about this.
I don't know how to woo very good. That's fair.
The fuck you mean?
You're talking to yourself. Let's be honest, chat. I don't even know if you're here. I could be talking to myself. I think I'm crazy. I think I'm fucking crazy. I think I'm actually talking to myself. You guys don't exist. I show up to this television. I show up to this camera every day and I just talk to the void. I think I'm fucking crazy. I got people making $100,000 going, yep, thank you. Fucking Miles Morales, NPC, right? Fucking robots around your neck, talking to yourself. And here I am, trying to make an entertaining show every single day by sitting here, standing here for 2.5, 3 hours a day, actually having a conversation with my chat. Fucking amazing.
Me, at least we're outside. I'm outside. You're not even real.
Yeah, the robot said, at least we're outside. You're not outside, bitch. You're a robot.
Where you press a button, you speak into the necklace, and then you get generated text messages based off of what it was that you were talking about. Then to the Doja Spice page that I found on Instagram, where there was an AI influencer that would generate some sort of explicit photos on their Patreon, to where literally you got people paying to see AI generated scantily clad.
What is wrong with you guys? I say that in general. Why would you pay to see AI generated stuff? Just go look at real stuff. For God's sakes.
Add clothing. Lo and behold, this is an artificial influencer. First and foremost, how the fuck you gonna be an influencer if you're not even a real person?
You're not real.
Who are you influencing? But then
My brain hurts, chat. A real person, me, I'm real. I have way fucking less followers and subscribers than a fake AI influencer. I don't even know what's going on right now.
now I think I may have stumbled upon some of the most bizarre findings in AI.
I like the way this guy talks. He could read me the alphabet, and I'd be like, amazing.
Because it appears that we're soon gonna have AI streamers?
What? Oh, hell no!
That's
Oh, hell no!
This not even a real person.
This is not a real person? This is not real? The fuck am I doing? What am I doing?
What? Oh, hell no!
That's
Oh, hell no!
This not even a real person. Look at a hand. It's going crazy on top of the keyboard.
Wait, was it? Her hand's disappearing. There's no way she has a setup like this and the fucking camera's not capturing all the frames. Look at her hand. The fuck? Yeah, what am I looking at right now? What am I looking at?
Crazy on top of the keyboard. Then look at this.
Why are they always Asian?
lady doing an unboxing video. How you gonna unbox some?
They're unboxing a real item, but they're fake.
When you not real, you got fake fitness influencers.
Fake influencer fitness. We're in trouble. We are in trouble. I'm making AI songs, and these people are making fake influencers. Holy Christ.
You got fake beauty influencers. She's not a...
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. She's not real? So we have a fake person in front of a fake mirror. Or is it a real mirror with a fake person in the mirror? And the background's fake, but then they...
A human being.
Wait a minute.
Make it...
The cameras are
fake
different. Okay, she turns.
Beauty influencers.
They're not even the same. They're not even the same. Holy shit. They're not even the same picture on the phones. Right? Complete. Look at her hair in the phone. Closest to her. Right? Hold on. Can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. Okay. This picture right here is different than this picture right here.
She's not a human being. Make it make sense.
Please make it make sense.
As a streamer, there's going to come a point in which donations, subscriptions, memberships is going to come across. You're going to have people becoming a member to a motherfucking AI?
I'm gonna you know, like what they do for like food in the supermarket, like organic, you know what I mean? Like it's real, like it's organic food, right? No preservatives and stuff like that. I'm gonna have to put a thing at the bottom, all natural streamer, right? Actual streamer, organic streamer, actual human. Like we got to put something on the screen to let people know that this is all real.
That's crazy. That's like a robot trying to pose as a homeless person on motherfucking Skid Row. Smash him.
Yeah. Yep.
Change? Leave me alone, I don't have any change!
As a streamer, you have to be relatable. There's moments in which you have to talk to the audience about things that you have experienced. What the hell is an AI gonna talk to people about what they experienced today?
They can experience anything you want them to experience, right? They can experience anything you want. Be like, back in my day, be like, wait a minute, how old are you? Back in my day when I was fed information.
I was programmed to come onto the platform and talk to you. Look at the clothing that they chose for me. Take a look at these AI-generated breasts. Aren't they voluptuous? For only...
I'll be honest, I don't even know if this guy's real. They're real? You guys watch him? How many? I mean, it doesn't really matter how many followers he's got. 770,000 subscribers. I don't even know if he's real. I don't know what's real anymore. I'm having second thoughts if I'm real.
Only $9.99. You can become an exclusive subscriber on my own. Nobody wants to see that shit.
I think a lot of people want to see it though.
And now a word from our sponsor.
All right, so boom. There's many memories from my childhood that I wish I could relive, like going to the store, getting a brand new pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the hope of getting a holographic card or a legendary card. But what if I told you you can now recreate that same feeling with Arena Club slab packs? Arena Club slab.
Stop it. Stop it. Does he have an advertisement during his video about fake stuff? About virtual cards? Are these real cards or are these virtual cards?
Packs are revolutionizing the repack game with
Stop it. Hold on.
Club slab. After your pulls are revealed, they're immediately be placed in your vault for safekeeping or trading and selling. You can have them officially graded by the Arena Club. With slab packs, it's possible to score.
Slab pack. Is this fake? Like these are virtual cards. Complains about AI, but pushes virtual card ad. right? Are these virtual cards? Is this okay? Now I don't know. Is this real? And when I mean real, is like this is an actual company, or is this a fake company that he's promoting during this AI segment?
Or gem mints for a fraction of their retail price. And with Arena Club, new slab packs drop every Tuesday and Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Arena Club is the only repack that provides real value, a complete view of all possible cards.
Is this satire? I don't even know anymore.
And a clear hit rate.
Hold on. What are they called? Slab packs? Stop it. Is it slab? Slap or slab? Oh my God, it's real. It's real, chat. Okay. Let me get this straight. No shade towards him. No shade towards him. But how the fuck are you going to have a video talking about fake streamers and all the fake shit that's going on, and then you're promoting virtual collecting cards? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
For each one, I was able to pull a mint Justin Jefferson on my very first pack. Keep in mind, Arena Club has a buyback program which offers 80% of the pack's retail value for up to 10 buyback opportunities. And the Arena Club grading process is accurate, fast, and transparent with a full grade rationale provided an explanation of how your card was scored. So what are you waiting for? Whether you're displaying, selling.
Okay. So now my brain hurts, chat. How the fuck are you going to grade virtual cards? How are you going to grade virtual cards? The whole rating system is about how mint condition it is with the bent corners and the stock and the way the photo is in the middle. Like, how the fuck do you rate virtual cards? It's a roll of the dice? 30's new to this? No, I'm not a fucking moron where you're buying virtual cards and grading them. What are we talking about here? Am I getting the actual card? They always stay mint, bro. Yeah. They should all be 9s and 10s. It's a virtual card. What's going on, Mr. Luke?
Trading or buying, Arena Club is the best card collecting platform for you. So click that link in my description.
They claim they'll send you a real... Okay. So these are real cards. They're just showing you the virtual... You pull virtually and then they give you a card? I still have a problem with this. People were buying their own virtual bricks a few years ago. It's an NFT.
Head over to arenaclub.com/chiseled. Use code chiseled and you'll get 20% off your very first slab pack or card purchase. Again, that's arenaclub.com/chiseled. Use code chiseled and you'll get 20% off your very first slab pack purchase or your first card purchase. Let them know I sent you.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
They're not even real people, bro. It's some sort of...
Not real people, not real streamers, not real pictures, not real videos, not real songs, not real cards. We're fine. We're fine, chat.
AI-generated Google VO2 is what I saw in all of the subtweets, but it's starting to get a bit out of hand because I've already known that in content creation, they've created like some sort of AI to where now you can have an avatar of yourself. If you're somebody who produces a ton of videos that require a script, all you need to do is essentially just have yourself record without making too much doggone movements, and then all of a sudden they'll create an AI version of you to create the videos. Here's the problem. Streamers are supposed to be able to go and interact with people in real time. Take, for example, somebody like me. I speak with a lot of enunciation.
Yeah, he enunciates really good.
Of words. I'm incredibly animated.
Yep, an AI is not going to misspeak like I do when I fucking butcher words left and right. That's for sure. Well, I guess you could program it, I guess.
It's going to be very difficult to AI me. But there's a lot of people who just sit there chilling all day, who you may think as a viewer is a real person who might
I gotta keep moving like this now, chat, just so you know I'm real. Just so you know I'm real.
not even be a sentient being.
Dear God, no!
Imagine watching a video on YouTube and you got a creator trying to tell you about their lived experience in an effort to be relatable and connect.
Guys, trust me. I'm real. Trust me. I had a good experience today at the breakfast club that I went to.
To you, only to find out they're not even a real person.
Why are they always Asian? Can I see one white person? One black person? They're always Asian.
Wouldn't you feel like you getting deceived? Why are you checking yourself out in the mirror, Miss iRobot? You're not real.
Again, the camera is looking at completely different. She's moving completely different on the camera screen. She's moving completely different.
Why are you checking yourself out in the mirror, Miss iRobot? You're not real. Now, don't get me wrong. I recognize AI is coming for everybody. But if you're skilled and talented enough, I think you'll be able to endure the
I don't know. I'll be honest.
Wave of AI coming in, because I think they're really just going to weed out all of the mediocre individuals. But for a streaming perspective, there's a lot of streamers who really just talk to the chat but don't talk to people individually.
Not me. I talk to you and you and you and you and you. Oh, I'm sorry. I broke.
You're grand. Like, you got a Kai Cenat speeds kind of size of a stream. It's very difficult to address people by name. But if you're on a smaller scale and you can see the names move without having to put the chat into slow mode, you could at least interact with the people who are viewing you in real time. What these AI streamers gonna do? Like, you supposed to be waiting for GTA 6 to drop. Fast forward, the tail end of this year, you got an AI streamer playing GTA.
At some point, you're going to be able to tell, right? Because, I mean, it would take a long time, but my face changes. And I'm not talking about, like, individually while I'm streaming. Like, you could tell if I'm, like, losing weight or gaining weight or if I'm tired, if I'm stressed. Like, you could see it on my face, right? If I went outside and got suntan or burned, like, the days go by and things happen, right? My beard grows, it gets trimmed, I get a haircut, right? Like, all this stuff. But yeah, if you watch an AI, over time, it's just gonna be the exact same thing.
GTA. Motherfuckers is gonna be able to go and tune in, because I would assume if you got an AI streamer, the aesthetic of the stream is gonna be whatever your imagination.
Yeah, beard gets gray. That's right, Quintar.
Wants it to be. So if you're somebody on the lower end, you're not gonna be able to create the surroundings and the aesthetic that an AI can simply just conjure up. So you're already on the losing end.
Right.
Do you need some money?
Yeah.
I need about $350.
And now that I think about it, I misspoke. It's not even just the mediocre folk who's just coasting, not really trying anything new. It's also the startup individuals, and then not only just the startup, the people who trying to figure things out. You on the back burner, bro, because how you gonna be able to compete with something that's...
Yeah, how do you compete? How do you compete? It's almost like Rocky when he goes up against the, Dolph Lundgren. When he goes up against the Russian, right? He's like a machine. You're a machine. I will break you. Right? Like, that's what it feels like. Like, the AI is going to be so dominant. Like, how do you compete with that?
Gonna have all of the analytics already installed, things that already got all the intricacies.
Duplas says, I met 30 last year in Florida and I ate pizza with him. Now I'm not sure if that's actually him and not an AI or not. Yeah, that's how good. I actually sent my robot to have pizza with you. Yeah.
Of the successful streamers that's already going to be plugging in real time and updating itself.
No, I gave you everything I had.
My biggest concern is simply the accountability and responsibility after the fact, because call it what it is. These influencers are indeed influencing, despite the fact that most of us never really asked to have influence per.
I don't like the word influencer. I really don't. Like it's weird, right? Like I'm supposed to influence you. Like if I have this pen here, are you supposed to be influenced to go out and all of a sudden buy a pen brought to you by Bic? You know what I mean? Like is that supposed to happen? I don't even know if that's Bic. Oh, it is. It's a Bic. It's a Bic pen. Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Like I don't really think that's a thing. But then again, I'm a person that doesn't like if someone's eating a hot dog, I'm like, oh, I need to eat a hot dog. Like I'm not that type of person, right? I look at it and go, go for a burger, right? I do something different. I'm about a trend follower. If you could tell, my stream is always different. It's always been different. I want it to be different.
Per se, just wanted to go and post stuff online and then conjure up some viewership, and here you are responsible for how people consume said content and what they do with it. Because take a look at what happened with Logan Paul with the forest out in Japan. Countless different, YouTubers or streamers who happen to have controversy, whether they done said something, they done showed something, and they got to get out in front of it and take accountability and take a...
Yeah, how is that going to work? All right, imagine your mind being blown right now if Asmongold, with all the shit that he said, right? If you agree with him or disagree with him, you like him, you don't like him, whatever. But if it came out to say that all of a sudden he's not real, an influencer, but it's an AI influencer, right? Him getting banned and whatever, who takes responsibility for that, right? Is it the person that created it? Maybe he didn't create it. Maybe someone else created it, but he's just using it. So it's like, it would be really hard to pin down who to blame. Is it the person that's the content creator's channel? Right? What about if it's underneath a corporation? Right? Like, who is taking credit? Who is taking responsibility?
Hit for it is...
Look what's going on with Piker right now. Hassan. Right? He gets banned for 1 day off Twitch. Telling people to go to someone. Right? If that's an AI telling you to do that, what happens then? Does it really matter if he gets banned?
For whatever it was that they done did. If you've got an AI streamer, what happens in that scenario? The individual behind the scenes who's running the channel be the person who gets called to justice, but for all intents and purposes, because they're going to be the ones who's unseen, they really not going to take that much of a blow.
Right. They're not going to take a blow at all, really.
Furthermore, if you really know what you're doing, you can end up insulating yourself heavily from even being associated to where you have enough checks and balances to where they either cannot find you or it's going to take a whole lot of work in order.
All right. We're going to go down the rabbit hole a little bit here. Imagine a corporation that has a shit ton of money, right? Not only, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. I don't know. He makes some really good faces. I think I'm going to leave you there. That looks good. Okay. Imagine a corporation, okay, where now they have 10 streamers, 10 virtual streamers, where, now follow me, where they want you to believe one thing or the next. So they have 10 streamers, right? They have 10 streamers. And while they go down this one streamer in the morning show at 10 o'clock in the morning says something, and then a video comes out at 12. It's a completely different streamer owned by the same company. You don't really know because you don't really do your due diligence to see. But that streamer tells you something that's similar to the person in the front. They're both fake streamers. They're both virtual streamers. Then 3, then 4, then 5, all 10 throughout the day, put up videos throughout the week or whatever. You start seeing that because you watch one, all of a sudden it starts to show you the other ones because that's the algorithm. Now the algorithm's telling you that what these people are saying, you go, oh, that person's real because you think they're real, okay? And because they're influencers, they say stuff and you listen to those things. Now you believe what they say, but none of those people are actually real. It's just a corporation behind the scenes telling you what they want you to hear, and then you listen to that stuff. How do you believe anything you see right now on the internet? Anything. I don't care if it's a TikTok person. I don't care if it's a Twitter feed. I don't care if it's a YouTuber, Kick, Rumble, whatever it is. How do you know what you're seeing is real? How do you determine that?
As to where they either cannot find you or it's going to take a whole lot of work in order to go and track you down. So for the viewers of these AI platforms, it's going to be an incredibly confusing kind of experience. At least I would assume so.
Right.
Because what the hell are you going to do now? Like, legitimately, children going to be growing up thinking they seeing actual humans only to—
I didn't even think about that, right? Now you've conditioned. So my 10-year-old son, he doesn't have YouTube yet, right? He has kids' YouTube. I regulate what he can see or who he can see or whatnot because I'm in my kid's my life, right? Like I try to make sure that he doesn't see shit he's not supposed to see. Okay. But now I let him go. He gets a YouTube account. He can watch whatever he watches, right? Becoming an adult, 13, 14, 15, 16. But now he's been conditioned for fake YouTubers, fake influencers for 4 years, for 5 years. Those people are not real. They've never been real. But he hears what they say, repeats what they say, believes what they say. What happens, man? Right? It's different when it's a person and when it's fake, where it's one person that has multiple entities and then doing stuff on their own, right? Rebsy says, and there's the one guy who will just say, yes, there's 17 months in a year. Yes, there's people that also be fooled by AI. Yeah, there's plenty of people to be fooled by AI. I have a conversation every morning, well, not every morning, but when I go to breakfast, there's a gentleman that I sit with, right? And he's an older gentleman, doesn't really know about technology and whatnot, okay? And we have a conversation. I show him stuff, and he's like, I didn't know that was happening. Right? I didn't know that was a thing. People get fooled all the time. Now when that's one far spectrum, right? These are older people that don't know about the technology. And then there's the new people that know about technology, but that don't know they're being fooled, okay? And then they're conditioned. They're conditioned in accepting it and being, it's okay. And when they find out down the road, they'll be like, not that big of a deal. Even though it's shaping them. It's shaping them.
to find out it's a AI generated influencer.
Right.
Now, granted, there's certain sort of
Google VO2 AI influencer. That's a fake person.
that could give things away. As always, I've said,
how would you know? Like, if you're not looking, you're just second screen on your phone, you're not really paying attention, you're just listening to her
Now,
speak.
granted, there's certain sort of ticks that can give things away. As always, I've said, look at the hands.
Her mouth a little bit, right? Her mouth, if you know what you're looking for.
And look at the mouth. Sometimes you can see some form of fidgety or something that's there to where you can see, oh no, that's not a human being. The thumbs, I guess AI can't figure out thumbs or pinkies in motion. So maybe that's a telltale sign.
We're living in some weird ass times.
Sign that you're probably not watching an actual human being, but for the children who's coming up, they're just gonna assume everything they see is real, because when we were all children,
or everything's fake. Either way, you're affecting the young minds. Either they're just blindly thinking that everything's fake, or they're blindly thinking that everything's real.
You didn't think these robots and AI stuff existed. So I am incredibly flummoxed, confused, and concerned about what this—
I'm all those things. I'm all those things as well.
This means moving forward as it pertains to social media consumption, because the percentage of individuals who are on their phone is only increasing. I think people average.
Right, House. Right, House says they'll figure out thumbs sooner or later. The thing is, though, it'll be indistinguishable. You will not be able to tell. This is the worst. Remember just, what was it, 2 years ago? The Will Smith eating spaghetti thing? And then you look at what they do now? It's insane. There was another video I watched. A guy made a short film, all AI. It was like a 20-second, 30-second thing, all video AI. You wouldn't know. And you wouldn't know it's AI because if he didn't tell you it was AI. But because he knew it was AI, then you're like, oh yeah, it's AI. Right? It's amazing. I'll see if I can find it. Right? It's just crazy.
Of their screen time is anywhere between like 8 to some 15 some hours. People will go to work, can't even focus at work. They're so doggone overstimulated. They're going to have their computer opened on one social media app. They're going to have their phone open on another. And they're going to have a desktop or laptop on whatever the hell it is that they got to work at. Unless you're doing some sort of work that requires you to not be on a device and you simply don't got the time, that's really the only possibility you have of a full disconnect. But then even afterwards, once you get off of work, it's a possibility you could just be doom scrolling forever. It's getting to a point now where it's just too much fucking technology, bro.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. And you know what? I just thought about it while he was saying it. It all depends on what the influencer is. But let's say it's just an influencer that's not real, but is just giving you actual facts. Giving you actual facts. Doesn't matter if the influencer's fake. What's the difference if the influencer's fake or if it's just a voiceover? If it's just me reading and you don't see my face on the thing and I'm actually speaking and I'm doing a voiceover of telling you facts about World War II or Empire State Building or whatever it is, right? If I shut my camera off right now and I'm just not on screen and I'm just talking, what you wouldn't know if I'm real or fake. And if I'm just telling you real stuff and it's actual real stuff, then is there any harm in that? No. So if there's a fake person on screen, is there any harm in that? I don't know. I don't know. It's such a blurred line of like when I didn't have a camera on, people were like, "How come you don't have a camera?" And then I put my camera on years and years ago, right? I wanted to be a faceless channel, but being a non-faceless channel brought more people in when I was on Twitch. Okay, so it's like people want to see someone like to connect with or whatever that thing that people want. But now if it's fake, it's a fake person on screen. Do you care if it's fake or not? As long as you are connecting with that person, does it matter? I don't know. That's a question.
That everybody got access to. Because if you're somebody who's operating in tech, you got it. This is what you do for a living, cool. But everybody having access to this shit,
yeah.
Every and anybody, it's gonna start to get a bit dangerous, bro. Because as you've always heard throughout your lifetime, too much of anything ain't good for you.
Please! No!
Good video. I'm a little concerned about the ad about the virtual cards. I gotta go back and look at that. I'm not really too sure. VTubers on the rise. Yeah, there's those people that do the cartoon characters on the screen, right? And it's a real person behind, you would think, talking as the virtual person, right? Which I guess is fine because it's a real person talking. But when it gets so, and it blurs the line where the person on the screen looks real, but they're not even real, and then the voice that they have is not even someone behind the scenes talking, right? It's just a robot or AI talking for the AI on the screen, and there's no real interaction whatsoever. Yeah, it's crazy. Salty says there'll be no reason for streamers to exist and create content once you can make a fake one that does all the work and earns you the revenue. I always think there'll be always someone, though. I would be one of those people, Salty, where I would still compete against AI because I think there would be people out there that would want to watch a real... I wasn't joking. Like, putting something on the screen saying I'm an actual person, like they do on produce, saying organic, farm fresh, right? So you know the difference between that and fake shit or processed shit or science shit. Okay, like that's what's going to happen. You're going to put stuff on your screen at the bottom that says real person, actual human being. Gupa says there's an AI text-to-speech Jesus channel on Twitch. Amazing. Once AI can respond to live chat, it's game over. Sure, I still think, though, there'll be that connection, though. But when you can't tell the difference, who will care as much? I think there's always going to be an actual human connection. I think there'll still be a place for people that are doing it live. Now, obviously, there's a lot that goes into it, right? Like, obviously, if I'll use the music for example. Okay, do I have the capability of getting a band together, putting music together, and producing music? Yeah, I could, and that would take a lot of time. Okay, or I can write a song, put it in the AI program, and it makes it much faster. The process is better. Everyone can type in to make music. But the more someone does it, they get better and better at what they do, and they can differentiate themselves from everybody else. Okay? So, sure, there's AI out there that if everyone's using AI, you're going to have ones that suck because they just don't know what they're doing. There's going to be the ones that put a lot of effort in and you won't be able to tell the difference. And then there's just kind of everybody else. It takes too much time to do it. So it's like they'll do it because they think it's easy, but then it's not easy. And then there's more effort into it, and those people will fall off. So you'll always have the exact same people that want to stream, want to make content, but they don't want to put the effort in, right? Even though I'm a small channel, right? I'm not a big channel anywhere, but I am in that small percentage that's making profit, making money. I shouldn't say profit, but making money on YouTube. Okay. And I come every day, Monday through Thursday, do my thing, and I'm doing the best that I can, or what I'm putting in. Okay. Where someone else is doing less or more and still struggling more than me, and so on and so forth. Right. And I think those people are always going to have that problem. You have to put in what you want out. Right? You got to put in what you want out. Could my channel be bigger? Sure. Could I stream 10 hours a day? Probably. But is it net positive or negative? If I stream more, does it hurt my channel or raise my channel? I don't know. Right? And if I could make an AI do it for me, is it the same? I guess what? I make an AI and now I can go do what? Sleep for the 2 hours, 3 hours I'm live? I don't know. I always feel like there's going to be that organic, label, like actual person talking to you. Even though the AI is so good, it feels like it's a real person. I still think there'll be a person that actually does well, that actually is a person. Let's see here. Unfortunately, Christian AI is not as much different than the name claim. Live pass. Disney did it again. They put real life stuff into Daredevil, not going to spoil. Interesting. I saw the thing that you put in, Krebsy, about the people like it, but the reviewers don't like it. It's like a 20-point difference. It's like 94 to 74. Makes me wonder. Kuda Papa says, check Discord. I wrote a basic code for cards. $2 super chat. Appreciate that. Did you put it? Okay, 30. Quality. 4. Interior good. Interior excellent. Interior mint. Card open. If card pack mint, then oh, this is for for the card thing, right? That's a little weird, right? So is that card site digital and then they give you the physical item, or is it just digital? Oh, is there only 2 episodes? Salty? There's only 2 episodes right now? Battlefield's Labs first playtest starts this week. We can talk about that tomorrow. 1943 Rise of Hydra window revealed by voice actor. Oh, is that why Travis brought it up? A Christmas 2025 release, so it is coming out this year. Interesting. I mean, I think we still have odds. Odds are good that it gets delayed, but it could come out like Indiana Jones right at the end. Could be the Indiana Jones of this year. Papa says it's all digital from what I understand, and that's how I would write the code. It's super simple. You can make bank, yeah. So we already got an AI to do songs, AI that's also writing stuff, AI that can code, and now AI for streamers. Yeah. Because he says it's getting delayed. Travis is excited for the game. That'd be interesting if it actually comes out during the holiday season. All right, we got this other story that I don't know what this is. I saw this and I was like, uh-oh. If you guys like what we do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We just cover news stories, videos, give you my thoughts and opinions, have conversations, reactions. As Kingard said earlier, it's like a live interactive radio show for talk show, whatever you want to call it, right? So if you like it, do all those things, right? Will another Avengers game be assembled? We would definitely be open to it, says Joe Russo, co-director of Avengers Doomsday. Now, Russo Studios, AGBO, which includes former Fortnite director Donald Mustard, is very tuned into gaming. Okay, it says Marvel's Avengers assembled in 2020, but unfortunately, the live service action game of Crystal Dynamics was essentially snapped out of existence in the Square Enix 2 years later. You can still play it, and if you own it, but there's no longer any support and it has been delisted from stores. But like the Dead Superheroes, there's also still a chance for rebirth. Joe and Anthony Russo, co-directors of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, and upcoming Avengers Doomsday, the Avengers Secret War, has said the Avengers game isn't out of the question. This quote, "We would definitely be open to it," Joe Russo told Variety when asked about the possibilities of developing video games tied into the new Avengers movies of Amazon TV series Citadel, on which the Russo brothers also act as executive producers. He said, "We have a new partner with the company who is one of the greatest game developers in history, Donald Mustard. He's a creator of Fortnite, and he's also comes in at now and to work with the building out, I think the future of storytelling could be, and which is some hybrid between linear and virtual gaming," Russo said. Now, Russo brothers and their studio, AGBO, are very tuned into gaming and already have one of the game coming out. The Electric State of the Brothers' new show on Netflix has a mobile game tie-in launching on March 18th. And with the probably don't bring in a Fortnite guy if you're not planning on making more games. Though it's not sure if I would also necessarily call Mustard the creator of Fortnite, as Russo put it. Mustard was a chief creative officer at Epic Games and one of Fortnite's directors. Now, the Russo brothers wouldn't be specific about the future games, but it's also very important part of the agenda here. Moving forward, it's also a lot of the new storytelling is going to be working hand in hand with the gaming efforts, Anthony Russo said. Joe Russo says that the studio's goal is to create new IP, and for every world we build, we have a scale and depth of a Star Wars universe, but in different genres. And it's also we build materials around these worlds, and also tell stories different ways and using different medias in the world, he said. Okay, and so for the three of us together, we're trying to explore around the opportunities that can also be over the next decade using new tools, new technology, new tell stories, and can we make it in a true transmedia? There's also the same assets that we're also using in CG in the movies and also the same assets that we're using in the game. There are also the same assets in the virtual experience, Russo said. And this is the mission AGBO currently at the moment. I mean, look, what he just said there, I've said in the past. We talked about it with the Unreal Engine 5 and how they're using that with the what's that room called? The Vroom. I forget. I think it's called the Vroom. The virtual studio, basically. Okay, if they can make the backgrounds and stuff, and they can make the videos look so real with Unreal Engine 5, then that would make sense, right? If they're making the backgrounds and stuff, so for instance, the Mando, right? How much easier would it be if you're already creating the worlds for the show and you're using them in the background? You could take that same asset that you're already using and then put it into a game and then make the Mando game in the Unreal Engine 5 and then put it inside the things that you've already used in the actual game. So you're literally using the locations, okay, that you've created inside the backgrounds, inside the thing, the volume. Thank you, the void. Yeah, something like that. I think you're right. I think it's called the volume or room or something like that. Yeah. It definitely starts with a V. Like the holodeck. Okay. But think about that. If you're already making the virtual world behind the scenes, like literally behind them, and then you can just take that and put it into a computer game and those places that you actually been, that would actually be pretty cool, right? So I think, look, the technology as it is going to blur that line. And I've said this with Epic Games, even though the guy that was one of the directors of Fortnite now is working with AGBO. Fortnite to me is a much bigger company than just gaming, right? They've bought in on the whole virtual space about capturing people's movements. They've all in on Unreal Engine 5, which will then be Unreal Engine 6 and so on. So what they're doing with Fortnite, with the cutscenes, the way they do it, the way the events are done, I see them being a motion picture studio / gaming company, and now AGBO looks like they're doing the exact same thing, right? The Russo brothers make their own movies, and they're also making their own video game spaces, and they said they want to make worlds as big as Star Wars and then do multi-plat across the things. So this sounds pretty cool. Would I love to see another Avengers game? Absolutely. I love Avengers, right? Even though the game was shitty and upsetting a lot of people, and they just didn't do its full potential what it was, I still like Avengers, right? Marvel's Avengers was a fun game. Okay, I know, crazy as a gamer, enjoying a game that had fun in, right? Like it brought a smile to my face when I used to crush things with Hulk. Okay, is it the best looking Hulk? No. Would have I played the game and still be playing the game if it was Marvel Rivals graphics and art design in the Marvel's Avengers game? You're fucking A right, I would be. Okay, because that looks more comic booky to me, and I really like that. So I would love if they came out with another Avengers game in some way, shape, or form. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think in the live chat. What would you think if the Russo brothers or anybody brought another game just like Marvel's Avengers, okay, where you could play multiple characters in a single-player campaign, and maybe they add more stuff like we used to talk about, like comic book episodes in there? Would you be on board, or you'd be like, nah, right? I don't want Crystal Dynamics to touch it. I don't want Crystal Dynamics to touch it, okay? But if other people were up to it, if NetEase maybe put their hat in the ring, since they're doing such a good job with Marvel Rivals, maybe. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. Jason says, completely ignore what CD did, and you can make a great Avengers game. Yeah, I think they had good structure in there. I think the live service is what fucked it up. I liked the single-player story. I thought it was good. Altern says, Avengers game, but like Ultimate Alliance, not that you can play 20 heroes, but they also bring a ton of villains and make them go to different locations like Asgard, Atlantis, New York, Wakanda. Yeah, like the comics, you know what I mean? Need Fantastic to make Avengers? Fantastic. Isn't that the company that made The Day Before? Come on, Jay-Z. Or Jay Breezy. Jay-Z. Jay Breezy. With the that's the company, right? Fantastic. Those guys are. Salty says, I say let Amy Cap and Black Panther release, and if it's a hit, let her take on the Avengers game in the same style. Oh, that'd be cool. I think that game is going to be more like an Indiana Jones type of game, right? It's going to be like a God of War type of game where it's very cinematic heavy. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think it's going to be more like what was that one that came out by Xbox? Two of them. No. I can't think of it. The fucking curse you, COVID. Curse you. I want to say Hell Dive, but it's not Hell Dive. The fuck is that game called? The Vikings. For fuck's sake. Hellblade. Thank you. Holy Christ. Like, it was like, I couldn't get out. It was just stuck in my head. I think I had a stroke. I couldn't think of a chat. I never played them, so. But the reason I brought it up is like, it's going to be visually stunning, but I think it's going to be a very short game. Flip says it's going to be like Order 1866 or whatever. Wasn't that 1886, wasn't it? 1886? Probably said they said this year's and I said this year's they need to take the previews and make them into a game with them. Oh yeah, you've said that multiple times back in the day, even when we're talking about like WandaVision and stuff. What a starter feels like? Yeah, like brain blockage, Jones. I could not think of the name. Could not think of it. Ultra says, don't worry, 30. You know, most of the thing, it's just really beautiful walking simulator, and by that, you'd be better off walking in IRL. I'll just send out my AI to do it. Send out my AI to walk. Order 1886, that was ahead of its time. Graphically stunning. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got that done. Did the thing. Oh, I got to add his... I'm going to add that. We got one more story, which is Disney-themed, which I got to make for my other channel. want to get this video out. Okay. So Hollywood Reporter, Tiana's Disney Plus series shelved as Walt Disney Animation abandons the long-form streaming content. Okay. If you guys like what we do here, we cover news stories, have conversations. We have another channel called Nerding with 30 where I do entertainment type of stuff. It's our live show. So we do this and then break this out into that as well. Try to keep this at the end of the show because, you know, we do more gaming stuff and whatnot in the beginning. But if you like what we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. When I saw this, I thought this was funny, right? Because you guys know I'm a local in Orlando, and I go to Disney a lot, okay? Because it's just, we're 20 minutes away. It's just things to do, right? And we save a shit ton of money because we're not paying for a park every day. So we get our money's worth out of it, right? What I think this is funny is that this show was supposed to start in 2020. Okay, these are the things I know before I even read this article. Okay, so Tiana, which I've never seen The Princess and the Frog. Okay, right, that's what it's called, Princess and the Frog. But they wanted to use her and make it into Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain got revamped because it was racist. Okay, and this show was supposed to be the connecting point to why they switched Splash Mountain. Okay. Well, Splash Mountain is now, I forget what it's called, but it's their new themed after Princess and the Frog. Okay. It's had problems ever since they built it where it's like breaking down left and right. And now they've completely shelved the show, which was supposed to come out before this opened. Right. So Disney doesn't know what they're doing. Right. They're fucking up left and right. They literally got shit on because they were changing Splash Mountain because it was Briar Rabbit, and they said that was racist or whatever. So now they put it to this. Okay, so let's read this. First announced in 2020, the Disney Plus show was envisioned as a musical feature. Okay, and reprising role as Tiana, the first Black princess in the Princess and the Frog. Okay, so Walt Disney Animation Studios was officially pulled the plug on Tiana's Princess series as it abandons making original long-form content for streaming. The Hollywood Reporter has learned. A spokesperson confirmed that it will also be some layoffs in Vancouver studio as a result of shifting the business strategy. In addition to Tiana's series, the studio is also scrapping an unannounced feature-length project that was also set to go straight to Disney+. Tiana was the first announced in December of 2020 and envisioned the musical feature, reprising her role as Tiana from 2009's film. Was it 2009? Jesus. The Princess and the Frog, and the film centering around Disney's first Black princess. Okay, sources close to the streaming series say that despite the best efforts, including several changes of the creative team, Tiana ultimately could not get to where it needed to be to give production costs. Still, The Princess and the Frog remains a key priority for the company. Tiana is one of the Disney's canon princesses. Last year, the Splash Mountain attraction was revamped in both Disney's U.S. parks and transformed into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So there you go. There's the name of it. Okay. The animation studio is said to be developing a separate short-form special inspired by Princess and the Frog, which currently is in early development. Though details of the project remain under wraps, it's expected to feature all new storytelling based on the 2009 film. Attached to the director and writer, Steve Anderson is also directing. The decision to shelve Tiana's unannounced Disney Plus movie follows last year's news that Pixar would no longer prioritize developing long-form episodic content after releases of Dream production, Win or Lose on Disney Plus. This is another thing that Disney is struggling with, right? So the only reason Disney Plus is profitable right now is because they paid $34 billion to buy Hulu. Hulu is a successful streaming service. Disney Plus is losing hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars inside of the streaming service, okay? So they're trying to figure out, but they're losing money. Every time they put a original program out there, they're not getting their stuff, right? So during the pandemic, some Disney executives, including CEO Bob Chapek, pressed its various film silos into make original content for Disney Plus in order to grow subscribers. Walt Disney Animation Moana 2 was originally conceived as an animated series before being reimagined as a theatrical release. The decision that was also paid off in spades and led to $1 billion plus run of the global box office and debut March 12th on Disney Plus. There's also expected generated huge numbers. When the first Moana released in 2016, it became a cult classic, which kids also most watched streaming movie in 2024, according to Nielsen. This is also alongside with the $1.7 billion earned by Pixar's Inside Out 2, and the biggest movie of 2024, provided the theatrical of animation's greatest strengths. Insiders say that Walt Disney Animation, oh, by the way, Inside Out 2 is not woke in any way, shape, or form. Imagine a company called Walt Disney World, which was known for making animated films again. I know. It's crazy. Okay. Insiders say that Walt Disney Animation remains committed to releasing theatrical films per year. In addition to other shorts and special projects, Zootopia 2 is slated to be released on November 26th with the studio new chief creative officer and directed the right of Disney vet Brian Howard, also directing an unannounced feature of the scheduled for November 2026. Also, the third installment of the blockbuster Frozen franchise is set for November 2027. Short form is widely popular on streaming. Bluey is the only profitable show, basically, on Disney Plus, which is the Disney Plus license, was the most watched show in the U.S. last year, according to Nielsen. Disney Animation past short form streaming projects included Emmy Award-winning Zootopia plus Baymax series. So, lots of going on here. So, they're canceling things left and right for Disney Plus. They banked on this to be linked with the attraction that they reopened, but the attraction's falling short. They canceled the actual show. They're struggling trying to find other things. But movies are starting to come back around a little bit for Disney, right? They had Moana. They had Inside Out 2. And then they did also have, it's a Fox Searchlight, but under Disney now, with Deadpool and Wolverine. They had 3 really big films last year, which counterproductive over the ones that lost them a lot of money, which is the other 12 films that they came out with, which we had another article. If you want to go watch that video down below if you're watching this after the fact, talking about how Disney is hurting the movie industry itself with the theaters. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, subscribe, and if you like what I do here, check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Z says it went from the Deep South Briar Rabbit to Tiana's Bayou in Louisiana voodoo stereotype instead. Yeah, but it's not racist. Salty says, didn't she get an old ride hand-me-down at the Disney park because they didn't want to fork out and build a new one? Yeah, it was Splash Mountain. They said they were expanding the park, but they didn't expand the park. They stopped and closed the Splash Mountain, which was one of everyone's favorite attractions there, closed it down, and then opened it up as the Adventure Bayou. But it's been broke all the time. There's animatronics literally collapsing inside of the brand new structure that's less than a year old. Jasmine was black, but she changed it to the Middle Eastern because they created Tiana. Jasmine was, yeah, right? And then there was also Pocahontas, right? Pocahontas was, but she wasn't a princess, I don't think. She wasn't black, she was Indian. But you know what I'm saying. Like, they had diversity. They've always had diversity. I just think it's funny that they scrapped a ride, put a brand new ride in, thematic after, and yet the show's not coming out. The movie's not coming out. They're still working on another movie that's supposed to come out in 2027, they said. Just some of the logic they do, right? Think about all the bad choices Disney has made, right? They trashed Splash Mountain for Adventure Bayou, failed. They made a Star Wars hotel, failed. I mean, just think of that Star Wars hotel. How you not make Star Wars hotel work? If I tell you guys right now, Star Wars hotel, right? Not what you know what the Star Wars hotel was, but if I tell you, hey, we're going to make a hotel, but it's thematic off of Star Wars, where you get to be on a Star Destroyer and Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, you're going to be like, oh, fuck yeah. Right? But that's not what that was. That's not what that was. I don't know about Jasmine being black. Well, they didn't make her black. They kind of whitewashed her. Ahead of its time. I mean, they do that right now. Even the last How to Train Your Dragon. Did you guys see what they did? Robert Jones? See what they did? They recasted from the animated show to the... this is not Disney, by the way. This is DreamWorks. But DreamWorks recasted... I forget the character's name in How to Train Your Dragon, but she was the girl crush from for the kid. they brought in a black girl, but then in the movie they kind of like make her not black. Weird. He says they could have made the hotel based on the Princess Leia holding area in episode 4. It's also been enough. Yeah, put the trash compactor in there. You put like a foam pit and the walls start coming in, right? And the kids have to get out. I had a Hoth section. You could do a TIE fighter simulator battle fight type of thing, which I think they did. I've never seen Princess and the Frog. Papa, never watched it. I've never seen it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure. Let me look at the How to Train Your Dragon. And the movie looks good. They did like a 1-to-1. Okay, so this is the girl, right? This is her. Nico Parker. Okay. But then when you look at her in the picture, they lightened her. Now maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe she's just tan in this picture. Right? I don't know. But in the movie, it looks like they lightened her. You be the judge. It says, why did the hotel fail? Did it not do a good job? They charged about $4,000 or $5,000 for 2 nights. I think it was per person, if I'm not mistaken. And they didn't thematically do it anything of a Star Wars. It was Rey and Kylo, and it was a bunch of stuff. It was bad. It was like a really cheap Broadway show, I guess you could say. House. Z says she's lighter than Obama, and they said that he was not black enough. Yeah. So, I don't know. But the movie itself, How to Train Your Dragon, it actually looks like a 1-to-1 recreation of the animated series. Sub says, I mean, it's a Viking movie. Like putting a black character in the God of War Ragnarok makes no sense. No, I get it. Yeah, there's But where do you draw the line, Eclipse, right? It's a Viking, based on Vikings, right? But the dragons. So, like, it's fictitious, but I get what you're saying. Al says, you never noticed that they constantly make black people look lighter in photos and mag covers and whatnot? I've seen photos of Beyonce, and she literally looks white. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, House. You know, they sell soaps and oils to whiten your skin. Do they really? I didn't know that. Pretty light myself. Yeah, that's crazy. Is that true, Jones? They actually sell stuff like that? Dolphin says sometimes people try to dye their skins lighter. This female rapper did it. It's weird. So weird. Did you see the side-by-side Gerard Butler from the animation to real life? It puts away more effort in the animation. Is he voicing? I'll Train Your Dragon. Do they do a side by side? Let me see. All right, let's look at this, right? So you got this. Let's open this in a new tab. We'll do this. Open that in a new tab. Do this. Okay, so there you go. There's the actor. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, wouldn't have been my first choice. Wouldn't have been my first choice. Might be a great actress. It's just really far from that. And then we have Gerard Butler. There you go. Titan says, isn't it hypocritical to just to use black characters? There's also more than just black and white. Sure, but I think if you're talking about for instance, if I'm making a Japanese film, right? I think the first requirement to making a Japanese film, let's say Assassin's Creed is becoming a movie, okay, and it takes place in the Assassin's Creed Shadows is a movie. The parameters of being a samurai would have to be Japanese first, right? Now I understand there's a Last Samurai and stuff like that with Tom Cruise and whatnot, right? But if you're casting someone, they would have to be the ethnicity first, right? And then you would try to make them as, right? If you went through all the process of trying to find somebody that was the best candidate for that character and it wasn't a Japanese person, then maybe you could say, let's go somewhere else, right? So if the character is supposed to be black, you would cast a black character. If the character is supposed to be white, you would cast a white character. If it's a brand new piece that's never been done before, and you're the creator of it, then you could create whatever you want. You can make it black, white, Hispanic, Japanese, whatever. You could create the character. But if it's a character or book that's already established and you're casting for it, the first step is to cast the correct what the character looks like or what the character is. It's where like a male actor always looks right. Why is that? Oh, weird. I mean, for Disney casting for characters that aren't white, they usually go for black. Am I wrong? I don't know if that's a one-to-one fact, Titan. What I'm saying is, if it's a voice actor, you're just being, I would assume, casted by whoever does the best job, right? If a casting of a voice actor, it's the best job of the voice actor. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter what your color of your skin is, right? Now, does it matter if it is the color of your skin because later they want you to promote the film and you have to go on and promote it to show you what they are? That could be a thing as well. But I would assume that you're just getting the job because you're the best person for the job. That's all we want for everybody, right? We just want the best people. If I'm trying to go for this job, you should be the best person for that job. Not based on color of skin, based on what you're actually doing for the job. So if I'm digging a hole and I'm faster than the guy next to me, I should get the job because I'm faster. Right? If I'm acting, I do a better job at acting, regardless if my character's skin color doesn't matter because it's a voice actor, then it wouldn't matter. He says Lucas got lucky with his famous actors. Say no more. Name brands. Well, Lucas started that whole thing about taking their likeness and making characters and making them famous, and then everyone after that licensing deals with action figures. House says, I've always actually heard in voiceovers they tend to not cast white people in non-white parts. Vice versa, doesn't matter for some reason. I always like this when people always bring up like people playing certain characters. Then there's this movie exists. Right? This movie exists where yeah. It is a funny movie. It's a funny movie. But the Wayne brothers, right? Wayne brothers like, why didn't you hire white people to do this, right? Because the script calls for them to pretend they're white chicks, right? It's not wrong because that's the casting. The casting is we wrote a script. It's about black guys pretending that they're white chicks. Let the comedy ensue. House says, remember when Tom Hanks apologized for playing a gay man? Did he? What, for Philadelphia? Did he really? I don't remember him ever apologizing. I do remember people were upset about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing a handicapped person when he's not handicapped. Yeah. Instead of finding a person they wanted and then make him handicapped as an actor, they wanted to get a handicapped person to make a handicapped person a good actor. Eclipse says this is the same reason why Jack Black is Steve. That does not make any damn sense at all. I really, for the sake of Minecraft and for every kid in the world, I mean this, I want Minecraft to bomb. I don't think it'll happen, but it needs to happen because Minecraft is this very popular boxy game that people love. And if this movie succeeds, that all changes. Because that means Jack Black will be Steve moving forward. Oh, yeah, we brought it up on screen a couple weeks ago, Jones. World says they said they're working on White Chicks too. Well, that means the world is healing. World. That means the world is healing. If we can get a White Chicks 2 coming out in 2025, 2026, you mean we can laugh again? You mean we can have fun again? I'm afraid that might not happen, Travis. There's a lot of kids that love Minecraft. Borderlands is a completely different because that was a more mature film. Okay? Minecraft is a studio's wet dream. Make America laugh again. That's right. Mala. Mala. Oh, I hope not either. I hope that movie goes into theaters, stays in theaters, and then comes to streaming service. Let people go out to see a comedy. Oh, Travis, have you moved on from FromSoft and now you're going to Minecraft now? Minecraft hurts you? Malola? Doesn't sound good. Malola. Malola? It doesn't look good on a hat. Is it raining? Like a hurricane's outside right now. All right. 10 minutes to 1. Quintar says, movie theater, what's that? Just kidding. Haven't been to one since. And he fell asleep. Oh, I know. COVID. I got you. I gotcha. You wouldn't know a good game if if Pecker slapped you on the and you asking what? You wouldn't know a good game if Pecker slapped you asking. Okay. I mean, here. I just want to let you know. I want to let you know what a game that is not good. Just let me make this nice and big for you. Let me make that nice and big. Right? And I know what you're gonna say. Just because it sold 300 million copies doesn't mean it's a good game. As you started off the stream by saying Monster Hunter made a game and sold a game. Right? That's 300 million copies. 300 million copies. So you wouldn't know if a pecker slapped you in the mouth. Okay? 300, the amount of hours you need to realize Fallout shit boom full circle. 300 million copies. Just to let you know, Grand Theft Auto just surpassed what, 200 million? Travis says 300 million idiots. Good to know. Yep, 300 million idiots. Almost the entire United States population is playing a game. On, I got one. Where is it? Is it this one? No, is it this one? No. Minecraft. Here it is. 300 million idiots. Good to know.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
And on that note, that'll be it for us today. The Daily Grind is done for this Wednesday edition. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do this Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning until noon Eastern. We'll be back tonight for Shooting the Shit with Sarge over on 30 and Still Gaming. Appreciate it very much. All the description down below, all the links are in the description down below. Make sure you check out everything, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Sunshine, rise and shine. The Daily Grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixels small to stories grand, we bring the magic to your hand. We're nitty tuned in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the Daily Grind, your morning fix. place. We cover gaming always. Race, controller ready, headset too. We've got the updates just for you. From late night streams to morning plays, we cover gaming all the ways. Laughs and news, our winning blend. The show with you, our dearest friend. Comments rolling, chats alive. The Daily Grind, 5-star vibe. Tune in daily, don't you miss entertainment wrapped in bliss. From new releases, tips and tricks, the Daily Grind, your morning fix. Good morning, sunshine, rise and shine. The Daily Grind is here on time with gaming news and fun galore. We'll chat and entertain once more. The coffee's hot, the mic is on. Jump in the chat, let's have some fun. From pixel small to